Bro, I hate it when people tell me to slow the fuck down when I'm walking. But it's like,
Bruh.
yo, I can't fucking help it, dude. I walk fast.
Right, keep up.
I get more anxious when I walk slowly, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Walking slow sucks, bro. I
Dude,
hate it.
I hate like I get it if you're like a bajillion years old, but at the
Right,
same time, it's like if you're around my age or maybe a little older, pick up the fucking pace.
bro. I'm like a.
Dude, I was
Not
told
everyone have as long legs as you.
I
dude,
know,
I was
like
told to slow down because like I'm a host at a restaurant, right? Like at a buffet, and I was told to slow down. But it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. You guys already made me feel insecure with how I talk, dude. Why y'all making me feel insecure about how I walk?
no, I feel you because I'm gonna normally. Well, I think I am because everybody I walk with is like 10 paces behind me anytime I walk, and that should be annoying me. I'm like, yo, keep up with me. God damn, stay on my six. That
Jesus
should be
Christ.
pissing me
And
off.
for
You
real,
just
dude.
walk with them. There's
I
nothing
try,
else to say.
I try, but I don't know. It's like
People are different,
Dude,
different
don't
legs,
yeah,
different body weight.
exactly.
We
It's like
all
I'm
walk
like
it's
differently.
no,
Not
that's
everyone
not.
will
I
keep up with
understand. It's like it's just like damn. That's like having to slow down so much. It's a lot sometimes, brother. I just
dude, don't get me fucking started, dude. I
you.
don't know
Damn, fun
why, man,
dad.
but it's always like I don't know. It's like first I was made insecure about how I talk because I tend to talk kind of monotone, and kind of bluntly. And then it's like also I was told like bro, just like chill out, calm down, like just like walk a bit slower. It's like I am calm. I just walk fast.
yeah. It's just the pace, bro. It's just
Yeah,
the pace.
but by that logic, by telling them to keep up, you make them feel insecure. Just don't walk
You
with
know
these
what?
people.
They should. For we'll alternate. Some days I'll make them feel insecure. Some days I'll make me feel insecure. About that?
Plus,
Just
a lot
don't
of
walk
people
with
are
these
just rude
people.
to me, dude. This is the least of their fucking problems.
No, what I'll actually do is so if I'm walking fast, so I always like look behind me to make sure I like to make
No,
sure like if they're
exactly.
keep up. Yeah,
I do the same thing too, but also I like to go a little ahead, especially if
right.
I'm trying to find a good table for them.
Well, I know
And
that's
then
how.
if
Well,
I
yeah,
find a good
yeah,
table,
yeah.
I stop for a minute, let them catch up, and then I like keep going.
Right. I think like for me when I'm walking with people, like I'll walk because I'll naturally walk faster than most people. But if like I'm a little bit ahead of you, I will look back and I'll be like, okay, let me like slow it down a bit. But I'm walking. I just like I'm gonna lose track of like my effort to slow down. I'm just gonna keep
I
walking.
don't
So
know, dude. I just feel like I don't like fit in at my job like with my other coworkers
hey,
because
you fit in with that paycheck though.
I do think a little differently than everyone, but I still do my job.
Listen, you fit in with that paycheck. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next month, dude, because apparently my job has a 3 month trial period, so there's like a 50-50 chance, and
Oh,
that
okay.
stressed me the fuck out right now, dude.
Look for the job just in case. What's up, Curtis?
I want to.
Not all jobs lead to people inviting them to the barbecue audience. Sometimes you just be, hey, what's up? Good morning. There we go. Collect paycheck and bounce.
Yeah, but
So
I'm a host. I have to be nice to these people, even though they're fucking massive ass jerks to me for no fucking reason.
Sure. Last night I was doing some editing. I was watching this show, and I'm not reviewing it. I'm just like this show, but it's a show called like All of Us Are Dead. It's like a K drama,
Oh, I
and I
heard
guess
about that. I heard about that show.
these characters are the most teenagers I've ever seen in them.
Yeah, because they're teenagers. They're
I know
supposed to
they'll
be
be like
teenage
they'll be in
characters.
the middle of making like a survival plan, and these kids and then like one kid's gonna be like, guys, there's an old saying about how when it comes between despair and hope, we have to pick hope. And then the other kid will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is happening?
Like, bitch, we are not in Train to Busan, bitch.
Right. Although that does get referenced. But
I love that movie, so it works out.
no,
Bro,
yeah,
I
so.
think the reason why I act the way I do at work is potentially, keyword potentially, is that undiagnosed neurodivergence everyone says I have.
Man, I'm diagnosed. Just get that diagnosis. Yeah, I'll tell
Bro,
you.
I'm broke, man. I don't have that money.
I'll tell you, like some good Adderall, that'll help you focus. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that
No,
much.
but I don't have trouble focusing. I just do things a little differently than everyone that makes sense for me.
No. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I don't know. The Adderall helps me, but it's everybody's journey, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think I need Adderall. I can
Yeah,
focus
but
pretty
Adderall
decently
is like
well.
what said. It's for more for ADHD and scatterbrain, which isn't scatterbrain, which
Right.
just doesn't
It is
think
a
as
different path.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it might be
we just
autism. I
have
don't think it's
to.
ADHD, but who knows? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten diagnosed. I'll take like the test that
There's,
you can
there's,
take at home. We'll see.
there's nothing wrong at the end of the day having your own system, way of doing things. I just know it makes it hard to work with some people sometimes.
Oh, you gotta go one of
Yeah,
those jobs where you're like,
and I don't think one of my managers really likes me all that much. Well, some of my coworkers don't really like me all that much.
I
so you
never
get
had a manager that liked me. Okay.
you got to get that
Mm.
job where you have a little more freedom. Like I have a video editing job, so like I'm a little bit more free to do things how I want. They just want the video. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
like get like maybe look for a job like that where you just have more freedom to just
Yeah,
engage how you
but
need
it's
to.
like at the same time, I do apply to those jobs and they don't fucking hire me. So,
Well, you got to keep doing, keep trying, keep digging in.
well, I don't
That's
want to fucking look for a job right now, dude. I just need a fucking paycheck to be able
no,
to
I
pay my
understand.
bills and do my hobbies, dude.
No, I understand. I'm just saying that'll be
No.
the path. That's my
Sometimes,
advice.
Plus,
yeah.
all these fucking jobs require me to have a college degree that I don't fucking have.
Oh, there you go. You know what's crazy? I don't think. Okay, so like my experience with job hunting, they're not looking for a degree, looking for a portfolio. If you can show them a good portfolio, they'll ignore
Yeah,
that
but
degree.
they're gonna give me shit for drawing in an anime-like style. So,
No, well,
What?
what you can do.
Oh. Only take the
so it's a
jobs that you can
lose-lose
get.
situation for me, dude. I
Stanley,
can have one
give
of
us
the greatest
guidance.
portfolios, and they're like, "You draw anime."
Yeah, draw
Well,
match
look
style.
at anime.
Why is that in your portfolio?
Because that's all I draw. That's all
Oh,
I know
I
how
don't
to.
know.
That's
I
all I know how to
was
draw. I'm a self-taught
I
artist, dude.
was thinking of resume, not art portfolio. I'm done.
No,
Never
not my resume. My
On the
resume.
I was like,
resume,
what the
on the resume is just
fuck
cloud
is the
strife.
fuck? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wow.
No, I'm talking about like the shit I draw.
Oh, this
I
is
mean,
bad.
unless you want me to put my cosplay related stuff in my fucking portfolio, but that's a little different.
You imagine the resume? It's like I have like 20 years of experience at Walmart and like a cloud stripe picture on the side, just like what's
Jesus
up?
Christ.
I can draw your new banner and signature if you need me to.
Well, Stanley, give us guidance, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been dead for several years, dude.
Yeah.
You won't be the
To
last
be
time we talk
fair,
about Stanley
I
tonight.
like to think Jason doing like the Mufasa thing. We looking up to like the clouds. I'm like, Stanley, lead us, please.
You know the day it Stanley died, where I was at my college and it rained that day, and I was like, "Fuck,
Oh,
what the
man.
fuck was
Dude,
that?"
it rained the day that this one singer from this band I like passed away. His name is Atsushi Sakurai. Rest in peace, King. Like when he died, it actually was raining.
Yeah, shout out, bro.
The morning afterwards.
Can I tell you guys a story about when I actually met Stanley?
Yo, talk to me,
This is
bro.
okay. I think I'm the only one who actually got a chance to get a signing from him. Of course, for my New Mutants '98, first appearance of Deadpool and that stuff. This was his last ever convention in New York, right? Where I made the announcement, this and that. So, funny enough, and that was actually my first year ever going to a New York Comic Con, So, go over there, and back in these days, audience, before you had to pre-pay for an autograph session, in these conventions, it's first come, first serve, So, you got to wait in line like the rest of the people. So after like an hour or so waiting, there were only like about, I would say 13 people in front of me left, and Stanley needed a break. So, of course, I mean, come on, writing things for like an hour straight, your name, yeah, of course you're going to need a break, especially if you're like, in your late 80s, early 90s at that point.
Right.
So, all good. All of us were sitting, we're waiting, like 30 minutes passed. And then when Stanley finally came out, like, oh my God, like it was almost like a FIFA World Cup where everybody just jumped up, almost like doing a wave. Everybody was cheering, screaming, shouting for help because the guy in back of me actually passed out. Oh, good Lord, no. Okay, just first glance at this guy, this dude probably like about mid 30s, overweight, bald, and the dude like literally was KO'd. Like you had the security guards all coming in, and they had to literally drag his body out of the line. Like this guy couldn't walk. Like oh good Lord. The guy who was standing right next to me was probably the guy who was standing right next to me said, okay, they'll probably go get his stuff signed for free. Given how exclusive Stanley's signatures were at the time, yeah, probably not. He probably missed his chance, dude.
Yeah,
but no joking, guys. Like I remember the security guards at that Stanley signing. Ooh, very, very strict. Like, of course, you cannot take your phone out unless you're right next to Stan to, get your picture and autographs taken, So, yeah, they would scream at you if they see you trying to attempt to take a picture, basically. Like, oh boy.
I think you're trying to text your mom. Like, hey, what are you doing over there?
Yeah. So, yeah, for like about, I would say 6 seconds. I was a table distance away from Stanley as he signed my comic. I was like, and this was at a time when he was happy. He was so full of life because he liked going to these conventions and meeting the fans. Before his later years, his last few years. Which we'll talk about that when we get to it. But I just going to tell you guys my experience when I got to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself, Stan the Man Lee. So.
Yeah, and I'm just here to tell you, if I ever make it big, and I'm not doing table signings, and if I do, only 10 people, the first 10 people are getting signed, because I don't have the patience for that shit, bro.
Dude, Jake, it's $100 an autograph, man.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just not patient enough for it. I'm gonna get like through 10 of them. I'm gonna be like, I'm bored. I'm done.
Jake, do you have an idea how much
do them in the first place?
Say it again?
Yeah, Jake.
You should do them in the first place. That'll be
That's
a real.
true. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to do them at all. But it's all
everyone's coming across the country to see me when the 10 people show up and get the fuck out.
Yeah, like keep this in mind. Do you know how much a table has to cost in something as big as the New York Comic Con?
We can all take a group picture. Everybody else take a group picture with me. All right, for like 50. You don't have to pay the 100. Just 50 just to show up. Yeah. And if the other 50 for the autograph. There you go.
Yeah. Oh God.
Personally, I wouldn't mind doing the signings. I think I would just be bummed that I wouldn't be able to go around the con and buy things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd just be bored. I'd be too bored. I wouldn't be able
to. I wouldn't be bored because I like talking to people about things, but it's like, I don't know, when I go to celebrities to get stuff like signed or whatever, I low-key kind of feel awkward when I start talking about stuff, because I fear that I'm going to say too much.
You can always just schedule a timing to sign, like, okay, which will come and sign.
No, it's not that. It's because I tend to talk too much.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why I'm like, oh God, I don't want to ever meet George Takei because then I'm going to start rambling about my OC.
Man,
I have my reasons, okay? Yeah, like in his canon, my character gets adopted into the Sulu family, okay? Let me live.
Oh, there you go. Ever meet George Takei, I would just hope to get a handshake.
He's gonna be at Phoenix Fan Fusion with Walter Koenig, and I'm not gonna be able to go, and I'm so upset about it. So I'm trying to get them to come down to Tucson Comic Con.
That'll be something. Go look at George Takei's life, audience. That's a story worth telling to make a movie about one day. Just saying, he lived an interesting life.
He has graphic novels.
Yeah, true. So. Okay. Since we got the Yitter Yaddy out of the way, you guys just want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get started. So anyway, welcome to Comic Pack Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here, me, Cryptic Secret 415, Chad Gable's the original Americano. So move on.
And you're with me.
He lost. He sucked. It doesn't matter.
The original.
It doesn't matter. He was a heel. He made America look bad. Another guy came in, took over the role, made the role work, made it prosper, won the title in Mexico, and he came back trying to reap the benefits and got his ass whooped. All right.
Hey, he's the John Walker of the Americano legacy. So yeah.
He tried to make everyone John Walker. I don't remember him murdering somebody in cold blood.
Hey.
Actually, did both of them do that? I'm pretty sure both of them have done that.
No.
What are you talking about?
Have both John Walkers from the MCU and comics done that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John Walker. Hey, John Walker slaughtered people, but those were the people that killed his parents in front of him. So.
Oh well, yeah.
And also tried to hang him with a noose.
Oh well, okay.
Honestly, he deserved it.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, it is me, Jake Tylenol. And I'm here to say that I will die to save the nation of England from itself. Apparently, that was the whole plot of that game. I guess. And for His Majesty,
season their food.
For His Majesty, I will save England from itself.
How are you going to save England from itself? Are you just going to give them seasoning and tell them to put it in their fucking food?
I will apparently uncover a conspiracy so deep. I think it is extreme that it was my first mission. But
the seasonings.
Well, yeah, I can't do anything about the season. That's the sequel, but we'll get there.
So what about the colonialism?
That's the third one. We'll deal with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll circle back to this conversation later.
Oh, ignoring all that dumb shit he just said.
Mm-hmm.
Original Americano sucks.
No.
A German Americano has been the best Americano. And it's funny because they're both people playing a Mexican luchador for an
That's
American.
what made it funny, man.
But
Chad,
Breakable H Tom here. Yeah,
Chad Gable,
Yeah.
Chad Gable made wrestling great again.
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim. Pronouns they, he. First of all, happy Pride. Second of all, let black characters get books. Let them get books for
Shout out to Storm, brother.
let black people and other people of color get books.
Are we talking about that?
Yeah,
yes,
it's good.
but I'm not going to be there for that, so I'm saying my piece now.
No, I was just making sure. I didn't know it was the topic of that.
Yeah, I just want to be here, so I'm making my piece now.
Topics. So yeah.
And stop giving the same 5 characters 20 million books. Okay, I'm standing on business on that. Okay, you know who you are.
Shout out to Peter Parker, bro.
Shout out to James Howlett.
I disagree with that. If they stop doing that, they'll literally lose money for no reason.
Yep. Remember the market.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Market determines the output and what comics get greenlit. So.
I do agree with this though. When you have a situation like with Carol and Wanda, where their books keep falling off after 5 issues, do not immediately get them another fucking book by the same writer. That does not make sense. This writer is not saving his character. You could just make people, why are you telling me Luke Cage can have a book and can fail? He'll not get a book for 10 years.
That aren't dedicated to the same 5 people. Okay, that's all. That's all I want. I want to read more diverse books, dude. Shit, I don't want to keep. I don't want to keep reading books with the same 5 people. It gets boring quick.
We'll get to that topic when we get to that topic.
I'm not going to be there, Cryptid. That's why I'm saying it now.
Oh. And together we form the Phanatics. See how I did that? See that cleanness? And we talk about the news and reviews of the week. And on our special Monday nights, we talk about the media news, okay? Now, everybody's been glazing this Bullseye costume, but how do we feel about it? That's what you're about to find out today. Well, you know, where you're about to be. It's the first topic, all right? Monica Rambeu is back. More important than ever. Okay. AI is on the rise again.
Oh.
Okay. And I don't know who the ribbon. I don't know who the ribbon is.
Princess Knight.
That's also a thing. All right. X-Men continuing their tradition of adding more people to their team that people may or may not even remember. They have a new member. All right. So,
is that the one Rogue Gambit character that I see?
I don't fucking know which. I don't fucking know.
No.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I saw like a thing on Twitter of them like being mashed up into a new character. I don't know.
Wait, you know how Krakoa had that living island? Well, they're gonna have like another living home base that's a mutant. So
okay. So it's not the Rogue Gambit mashup character that I've seen? Okay. Just asking.
We're also talking about DC's Blackout controversy. All right. And
controversy.
The quote unquote controversy, is it real? Is it not? Stay tuned, find out. And Michael Strazinsky was not invited to the Spider-Man BBQ. And we'll be talking about that later.
Right? I won't be because I don't want to hear about it.
just want to say, so Michael Strazinsky is pulling a Rob Liefeld. Oh my God, they didn't invite me to the party. So
No. It's legitimate. This isn't just, I made Deadpool, even though Deadpool made it nothing like the one I made. I deserve it.
But what?
We deserve to have this conversation.
But why is it deserved? Find out later after we introduce our socials and the other 50 million topics we have to talk about.
What 50 million other topics? You already named all of the topics.
That is true. What are our socials though?
Subscribe first of all. Second of all, follow us on Twitter at ComicFanatic69. I try to post on there when I remember. So, yeah. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. You can find me on Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and Tumblr at Northstar Aria. And you can find me wherever you find cool goth witches near you. Yeah, if you want to find Austin, you can make him yourself. But if you don't do it right, he's not gonna pull up. Isn't that right, Austin?
Yeah.
Yep. Cryptid's just chilling. And Jake,
What's up?
where are you?
In the Code Lyoko factory under MI6, apparently.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Let's get to the topics.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you wanted me to say. I don't
Yes,
know what you wanted me to reply
all
to
right.
that with.
I had a long day, audience. Okay. So anyway, our first topic of the week, we're talking about Bullseye's first look at his new suit, audience. And I gotta say, hey, he got an upgrade. You know,
It looks like it hit the target.
exactly. I know people didn't really like his design that they got for Born Again, but to the studio's credit, that was a very last minute thing they decided to do by bringing the actor back. So they kind of had to jerry rig a costume. Yeah, it didn't look visually that appealing, but hey, regardless of how you felt about this past season of Born Again, one thing I've unanimously seen is everybody liked Bullseye. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, we look, audience. We've already seen the whole Daredevil versus Kingpin thing rivalry go about as far as
Wait. No. Wait. Is this the only picture you have for this?
I know there are a bunch of pictures, but the other picture I have is this one right here.
You know he has one with his helmet on, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to bring that picture, but the helmet it looks similar to Daredevil's helmet, but just painted.
Because that's his idol, bro. That's his rock.
And to be fair,
that's his North Star in Daredevil.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But no, yeah, I think that was just like a final touch, like because remember, Bullseye started out his appearance in Daredevil by wearing Daredevil's main costume, So I'm like, okay. I mean, I can see why he wanted to take influence on that to kind of give the finger to Matt, So, but yeah, as I was trying to say before, like I think everybody's okay with like putting Kingpin on the sideline for now. So we're going to see like other Daredevil villains pop up, have a bigger role, and Bullseye seems like he's going to be the main villain for the next season. So good for him. Good for him. He's getting an upgrade. And it looks like the actor definitely
really
had time.
Complaining about Kingpin being a villain every season, and then you're like, oh well, the guy who's a secondary villain for 90% of the seasons, he's the main guy now. And you're like, bro, just get a new person. Daredevil has other villains.
Okay, let's see. So Kingpin, Bullseye. Well, no, you can't make Owlsley the main villain for all season. He's boring. Well, the person was the main villain for a full season was supposed to be Muse, but they completely destroyed that character. Who else? Whoever that person was, that ninja person
there's this thing called introducing new villains. So Daredevil has people like Mr. Fear. He has Ikari, who is with the hand, and the hand is coming back. Mm-hmm. If anything, that should be the new main villain.
Stilts Man.
All right, bro.
Go sit down in that corner, Jake. And think about what you just said. Yo,
we can reinvent him to be a cool character.
Oh my god! Now here's his origin story. The new Muse wanted to prove themselves a big threat, so she goes and finds a Stilt Man and chops off his legs. There you go. This is what the OG Muse would have wanted. So
there's just a killer. There's a killer on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, and all you see is the stilts. You don't even see the body.
Okay, so yeah, there's that. I guess like again, Marvel right now is very receptive to characters that had positive feedback. So it would make sense that they would want to bank on like Bullseye's popularity right now because everybody loved him from the last season,
Yeah, that's how you fuck it up. You take someone like and you just keep doing them. Just because someone liking them, you have to stop being creative. Like, what's he gonna do next? Like, what's his next big thing he can do? He already did. The biggest thing his name is killing Elektra and killing Karen Page. He can't do either one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, Karen. I don't know. the writers will have the stones to pull that off.
There's literally nothing big narrative wise that you can really do between these two to make everything that's been going with them worse. You gonna have Bullseye kill more random people. Daredevil already knows how to block his fucking attack, so it's not like he can do anything special. They're gonna catch Daredevil off guard. I don't know what you want in this fight.
Gotcha. When you put it that way, yeah, it does kind of make sense. But hey, well, at least we'll get some good moments.
That's why I rather like the idea that he's going to be in Thunderbolts 2 or wherever that ends up being, because he's working with Charles, the guy who Scooby Doo, the motherfucker played Shaggy, and that guy worked for Valentine. So if she's making another quote unquote Thunderbolts team under the Avengers, then Bullseye just became the first recruit for that team.
I think that will be really appropriate on this, because I know, like Marvel has said, they kind of want to keep the Disney Plus characters and the movie characters separate. But if you have like enough positive feedback, I'm pretty sure Marvel will want to push this guy to the movies.
If they can do it to John Walker, they can do it to Bullseye Walker. That's all I'm saying. If that's what the Thunderbolts end up being, like secondary villains or antagonists or friends who Marvel think deserve a bigger role, and that's what that movie is, I think that's fine.
Well, to be fair, they made that statement before Thunderbolts was coming out, so...
That's what I'm saying. They said that, and Thunderbolts disproved that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha.
Thunderbolts proved that it could work if you do it correctly. So, if you want Thunderbolts to be like the big side team-up thing for lesser-known characters or lesser TV characters who fans like to be on the big screen, I think that's fine. Just don't expect them to make $1 billion. I think it's fine.
Okay, there you go. And look, if you do make another Thunderbolts audience with Bullseye, I'm pretty sure. Well, would the temptation be that there to go full on Dark Avengers? Because hey, if you're gonna put Bullseye there,
no, you just do Punisher Thunderbolts. Where's him? Where's Red Hulk, Elektra? You can do Bullseye. Deadpool's on that team, but
yeah.
And you had the leader. They look like all the people in the MCU technically.
yeah, true.
And that's one of the more famous teams because it's all big names.
Yep. They were the selfish Avengers audience, because the whole gimmick behind that version of Thunderbolts was that, Red Hulk needed all of them on the team, and in exchange, they'll draw a name from a hat, and whoever's name they pick out will all help you in a personal mission of yours.
That's what I was like, yeah.
Yeah, actually,
after that, you do the Luke Cage Thunderbolts, because Luke Cage did run the team under the guy before he got Bullseye.
I still remember that. But the premise of that was okay, because Luke Cage.
No. I mean, in the shows, like the guy who recruited Bullseye, Luke Cage worked with him first. So if you need to bring Luke Cage back to lead a team in the movie,
can you imagine if they did that? You ready? They did the villain version, and then they pull the name out of the hat. It's Bullseye. He's like, my mission: kill Daredevil. We're gonna gang up.
They had to do it.
Okay. I'll say only two of the people in that room would care. Everyone else don't blame.
Hey, guess what Punisher's target was when his name got picked?
What?
A mafia family.
You're a Punisher. You can't do that by yourself.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you had a superpower team on your payroll. You didn't go after a real villain. You went after the mafia. All right, man.
Well, to be fair, everybody Deadpool called him out on that, but Punisher was saying, no, this specific mob family is hard to track down. I do kind of need your guys' help to go find these mother people.
You wasted a favor. We could have gotten rid of real villains, bro.
He has Red Hulk on the team. He said, "No, I want to fight the mafia today."
I gotta imagine being like, man, you want to get rid of I don't know, Doctor Doom, who's trying to destroy the universe? Nah. You want to get rid of
the worst part is Red Hulk's on the team. He's probably like, you know what? I want y'all to help me fight Hulk. They're like, nah.
And to be fair, that mafia member, that mafia family ended up becoming Inhumans. By the way,
Yeah, we could gang up and maybe take on Cletus Cassidy or something. No.
Why would you want to take on Cletus Cassidy?
Yeah, why would the Punisher want to take on Cletus Cassidy? I'm just saying.
Back his team. I feel like y'all got it. Okay.
Okay. That
you don't count the regular human people. You have Red Hulk. You have the leader who can come up with the plan, and then you have Deadpool who can't die. I feel like one of them can get a kill.
that is a storyline that pretty much that should be addressed at some point in the future. Punisher versus Cletus Cassidy. I'll give you guys that. So, yeah, that should write itself. So
I don't even think Spider-Man's adverse to killing Cletus. He could ask Spider-Man. Spider-Man want to help me kill this guy.
I wanted to bring that up. Well, we wanted to talk about Spider-Man, but I will say this. Let us move on, please. People had this idea that Spider-Man had the no killing rule just because Dan Slott did one arc where he said nobody dies. Spider-Man doesn't like killing people. If it comes down to it, he will kill you. He'll kill Morlun. He killed a few people. He tried to kill Venom multiple times until that 2008 run. He actually killed him like multiple times. He really does not care as much as people think he does. Not Batman.
It's not the first decision he would want to make, but if it comes down to it,
saving everything or you dying. I'm sorry, bro. I'm snapping your neck. You're done. You're cooked.
Yeah. Well, okay, maybe not snap the neck, PTSD from Gwen and all that, but
I'm not going on my webs, bro. Okay, I'm just grab his neck.
Gotcha. But anyway, regardless, audience, you all like Bullseye in the last season.
I think it's a good outfit. It's clearly his modern outfit. If you look at it, it's like the one from Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. I mean, Deadpool. Yeah, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where he got the tactical pants, he had the line shirt, but they went with the Daredevil helmet instead of like the one I hate, where it's like the one he did from the last season of Born Again.
Okay.
Yeah, that mask, where it's like just the giant hole in the face.
Jake,
the ski mask.
Yeah.
What are the topics?
What's up, bud?
We're about to move on.
The topics are in your heart.
Yeah, you gotta expect Jake to do his job. Crit have been telling you that for weeks.
5%.
Crit have been telling you that for weeks.
Yeah, 3%, Jake. 3%. Come on.
I went back to Austin.
Which does the socials? He has more of the responsibility of setting this up than you do, Jake.
I find topics. You put the topics in the chat.
There you go.
Oh my God, we all contribute in a way, and y'all will get lucky if I bring a topic to the call.
Yeah, which bring the topic that which likes. Big Crit to bring every other topic. And Jake, you're supposed to put them in the chat. That's literally it.
That's how it works.
I bring the intros and the music and the dance.
You just put the same text twice.
He can do the intros, but he can't do the music. I can't do the music though.
Jake did the same topic twice. Just one thing.
The same couple words twice.
I don't know why that happened. I copied and pasted it, and then it just did that.
Media news, Bullseye new costume.
I guess we only got one topic left. Let's go to the last one.
Yeah, let's do the last topic of the night, everybody.
Not important, guys. Important.
Funny enough, all our topics are in the description, right, guys?
That is true.
Yeah, but I'm not looking
as God says, we're going to the final topic of the night. Monica Rambeu and something about important.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let me bring up the picture.
Speaking of Importa.
Monica Rambeu reportedly have a major role in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. This is for the best. We as we talk about later, the only way a black character getting the book or getting placed if they're doing something big in MCU. So we need this role.
Stupid.
We need Monica to have this role. She's in the best position to do so, being the only main character that's in a different universe right now. Yeah. So she's going to be there when the X-Men get attacked. And she should be a part of whatever group survives that and moves on to the main group during the movie.
True. That's right. I think she's just in the same level as that whole eternal mountain that's in the middle of the ocean, where it's just too big to ignore. Because where we last left her off is with the X-Men, and what's going to be a main part in the next Avengers movie, the X-Men. So it's going to be kind of
they're the Avengers.
So it's kind of weird.
What?
Go ahead.
No, she's gonna be like, where I'm from, they're Avengers. They can help you. Fuck.
If we go by what Deadpool said, we do know there's other heroes in some of the universe you don't like talk about.
Yeah.
Never forget Wolverine just
Yeah.
randomly called the Avengers assholes,
Yeah.
even though he got his
Yeah.
whole team killed. But it is
Sure.
what it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And to be fair, I also feel like it's a safer bet to see Monica in the next Avengers film than it is to see someone like Captain Marvel. So, yeah,
You didn't have to do that.
Well, Monica Rambeau was a Captain Marvel.
Right.
that's true.
She was
Yeah.
She was the first Captain Marvel.
She was
Mhm.
the second Captain Marvel, but the first female Captain Marvel.
It depends on if you count Marvel as Marvel.
Yeah, I do. He was
Because he has a
first
different
Captain Marvel.
name. He's a
A lot of
different
people
name.
don't. A lot of people count his as a unique title, and then the
No,
legacy is Marvel.
I don't care. He was the first Captain Marvel, and then
In
Monica
which
was the
is
second.
in which's book he was the first. And that's what
Okay,
matters.
it was Marvel.
I just think
Then it was Monica. Then it was Genus. Fuck you, Genus. Then it was
Mhm.
Phyla. Then it was Knur, who was posing as Marvel.
I like
And then when he died, it was Novar, who I also hate. And then it's now Carol.
I like how Witch knows the legacy of the Captain Marvels just as much as I know the legacy of the Captain Americas. You know how funny how that works,
Listen.
audience? Yeah,
Since Teddy
yeah.
ain't doing anything right now, he could potentially be the next Captain Marvel after Carol. I'm sticking to that theory, and you can't stop me until proven otherwise.
I feel like that would be a downgrade based on the positions he done had in the franchise.
I don't know. There was a comic where he became Captain Marvel.
To be fair, anything that Hulkling does right now will be considered a downgrade since he's no longer king anymore. So,
no, he wasn't king. He wasn't King Cryptid. He was Emperor. Difference.
Emperor. Okay, there you go. Emperor. Still.
So even if he was a king, it would be a downgrade.
Yeah.
Role isn't like a major role in a natural sense. It's like, oh well, she can fly. She flies and helps people.
She might end up being plot device for all we know. Like, hey, she can close portals or rips in the universe. And that's it, really. You know.
Which is such a weird ability they gave her based on where regular borrows are.
Like, yeah, I still don't understand what reason she needed to be on like the other side of the universe in order to close that hole.
Because it had to be on both sides. The door can only be closed from the other side. Okay. It was a push door. It wasn't. It was a push door.
I would like a scientific explanation on that. Like, I don't know.
They did. They did. It was just some science gobbledygook. It didn't matter. They explained it. It just didn't matter.
I don't know. I feel like Reed Richards could explain it into a science mumbo jumbo that I won't be able to understand, and I'll say, okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure the movie. I'm pretty sure the movie did too. It's just probably whatever. It's like, she can't be here. That's the only point.
Gotcha. But yeah, regardless if she's in here, again, there's gonna be so many top actors here fighting for screen time, audience. I really wouldn't expect
blame the fucking Russo brothers for doing this a third fucking
because they need it. They need to.
Nah, you ain't gonna.
So he had to go to the other side because each universe has their own like energy signature. I guess, from my understanding. So so her energy had matched the other side of the thing. So you had to go over there, match the energy, so you can seal it up on that side.
Okay. Okay. I'll go that. Okay.
Also, we aren't gonna act like the Russo brothers didn't cook with Infinity War. All right, we're not gonna act like you didn't jump like 15.
I'm not saying they didn't. What I'm saying is they have a track record of making big ensemble superhero movies where everyone has to fight for screen time regardless.
I wouldn't call it fighting. I call it because I'm saying like when I'm talking about Infinity War, I'm talking about every character naturally had a part. These are the only. If they
all had their MVP moment.
My point still fucking stands because they're doing this. They did it in Civil War. They did it in Infinity War. They kind of did it in Endgame, but it's more at the end. But my point still stands. And then now they're doing it with Doomsday, and who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in the sequel?
I guess my point is.
No. I agree with Witch. So I understand Witch's point, but the problem is those stories. That's what they are in the comics. You're adapting those comics. They didn't choose those comics to adapt. The MCU did.
Adapt loosely, guys. Adapt loosely.
They chose the directors who are best suited to handle all those characters.
Exactly.
I guess my point is, if
it'll be over 100 people because you got to do every part of Battle World before we get to the end.
I guess my point is, in the sequel, most likely. I guess my point is, if the Russo brothers can't do it, I don't know many people who could. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. You can't exactly get like an outsider director to come in and like study up everything all these characters and actors have done over the course of 15 years in the same continuity and have to give them all their
You gotta
screen
think about
time.
this,
What's
'cause,
their
you know
character?
Tom Holland just turned 30 today, or like yesterday, right?
And he's
Oh
still playing a
well,
fucking teenager.
He
Nah, he's
joined
like
he has
college
to
now.
be. He has
19.
what?
He was close to Spider-Man's age. That's how
Hey,
long he.
how? Wait, how old was Andrew Garfield when he played Spider-Man? When he first played it?
He
I
like
know he
30.
was on the old.
What, he already 30 something?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
was on
said
the old side.
he
Yeah,
got
you know.
like I think like 5 years past it. I'm too old. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, I know. I
So
know.
Tom better start
Some
winding down, bro.
Well, to be
people
fair,
have those
Tom
dreams,
did say
audience.
he would like to end his trilogy and then just mentor whoever the Spider person they choose to come next.
All right.
So Miles, my bet
I
is on
don't.
Miles.
He said Miles or Gwen because Gwen don't.
No,
Yeah, Gwen don't exist.
Oh,
Fuck Gwen,
Gwen.
dude. I
Oh,
keep
Either
fighting her
Gwen.
all the time.
either do Miles, which is the most natural one you can do,
Hmm.
or do
Because
the
we
same
have the Prowler,
25
though. That's the thing. Why
Yeah, they
would
got
we
the.
need anyone new when we have the Prowler in the MCU and Miles was brought up?
That's true.
Hmm.
or do
There
it
you go.
for
Just
25
naturally
years
introduce
and
Miles
do
and go from there.
something with Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
You could do something with Spider-Man 2099. I just don't know how he
I
would
mean,
fit right
hey,
now.
No, no,
Miguel has
I'm not saying
Miguel
oh
has
Spider-Man 2099 should be the next Spider-Man. I'm just saying because it's look, me and Jake have been arguing this back with Sony a long time ago when Sony started doing Spider-Verse stuff.
So
If you
that's
want
all
to
I
do
gotta say.
Spider-Man and you can't do Peter, you can do Miles. You can do Miles what they did, or you can do 2099, and then 2099 gives you his own universe with all the same characters, just 2099 versions.
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll be like Alchemax. Although,
Because a bunch of
al-
people want to talk about 2099, they're not reading 2099.
although,
Yeah.
although, not to spoil our review, but so far, if they handle it like they are Spider-Man Noir, I'm not gonna be happy. All right.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, we'll talk about that next week, audience. I may or may not watch the first episode because I have two movies I'm going to try watching back to back in the same week, audience. So,
Right.
Well, let's hope I have the motivation to actually start watching it.
gotcha. All right. So, anyway, guys, any final thoughts before we move on?
Not really.
Hopefully,
Monica Rambeau,
hopefully she
Monica
gets English.
Rambeau.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna act like I'm super excited for a character, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I just hope
That's
they do
right.
her a little bit of justice in this fucking movie. Jesus
She's
Christ.
going to.
Yeah, if she's better than she was in the last one, sure. But she's all right.
Mhm.
I didn't like care for her, but I didn't hate her or anything.
Godspeed,
They haven't
Russo.
done half of these characters justice.
She was very mid. So, anyway, with
Most
that,
of
let's
these
move on
characters
to
are
the
mid.
next top. Let's move on to the
Oh
next
God.
one.
Oh God.
Okay, so let me announce this one. So AI company ElevenLabs sticks a deal to use Stanley's voice and likeness.
Bruh.
Okay.
Didn't they do that shit at New York Comic Con, dude? I hated it then and I'm hating it now.
Okay.
Wait, I'm just asking why.
Wait, why are you asking me why?
No. Why are they doing this?
Oh, okay.
I get they struck a deal, I guess, with Stanley's family about that, but I'm now a little bit tainted on that as
Who's this
well.
company? Who do they work with? Because like, if Marvel did it, I wouldn't like it. But at least them trying to do it makes more sense than some random ass company.
I guess they gave a bigger paycheck. I don't know, man. Yeah, I know there are new laws being created on AI over the past year or two. I mean, I know with Martin Luther King's family, then they make an announcement that they struck a deal to like cancel all AIs of him or something like that because after the whole WWE
To be fair,
video.
that story I was making him be a wrestler and shit. That was a lot of stuff they're doing with Martin Luther King.
Yeah, but like, the point I'm saying is like, okay, now there's going to be more laws where like the family have to come in and if they have to put like a deniability on using a specific person, a real life person, it is possible to put a taboo on that, But in this situation, Stanley,
Anyway, to be honest, I feel like if the person themselves is not there to give consent, then you should not do it. I don't really
Thank you.
with.
yeah,
I
Thank
don't
you.
like
You
family members.
understand me how I feel about this.
like
Say like this. Say like in 100 years, a person who just loosely relate to family, like, yeah, you can use his rights. Who the fuck does that person have the right to say that? They don't even know the nigga.
But like, I want to bring this up. I want to bring this up with Stan.
Keep in mind, I know he was mostly he was like a writer, not an artist, but it's like, it just doesn't feel right to me as someone who is in the arts for someone to use someone's likeness like Stanley in this way. Because I know they did it they did something similar in New York Comic Con, and I had really bad vibes about that.
They did it.
Because it was kind of spitting on his grave, in my opinion.
Well, that's one thing I kind of want to address, like, because I think a person's own feelings about this should be involved in this. Because I know who Stanley was. He loved being in like cameos. That was like something he enjoyed doing. He wanted to be in as many movies as possible for like a quick fun little frame, that Easter egg here and that. But that was at a time before AI was a thing. And I would think like Stanley would have been okay to have his face and likeness being used, popping up in other movies even after he passes.
That would have been the only one I think people would have been okay. Like, people would not like it, but I feel more people would have been okay with it because they just keeping that tradition that he started alive. But
exactly.
I think there's more creative ways to use Stanley's likeness rather than using generative AI.
Yeah. People just look. I know, like, when they gave the Daredevil to the Netflix series, right? They still try keeping to that tradition with Stan Lee, but not putting him in a scene, but just having a photo of him somewhere in the background.
But like a missing poster, or like a billboard, or a wanted poster, or something. Like something like that.
When they had Marvel Timely Comics, like the original Marvel, and you see him and Jack run out when Galactus are walking through the city.
Yeah.
There are ways to do it. I just hate that they're doing this specifically.
Gotcha. And
I like company. Like, who? I don't understand what this company is. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah. Another thing that I kind of want to bring up.
I want the rights to use Martin Luther King as AI, and it's like, why? The King besides being black, bro? What's happening here?
Yeah. Another thing I also want to bring up with this topic, right, is like, when you saw Stanley's cameos as a fan, you were happy to see him pop up in a movie, right? But given that we all know that towards the last few years of Stanley's life, that a lot of people were taking advantage of him between Marvel and even his own daughter. So the idea that, like,
with Marvel people, you're talking about the actual company and not the MCU stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about the company itself. Like, they tried.
They're still a part of Marvel. It's just like a little different. Not that version of.
I think it wasn't Kevin Feige fucking him over. It was the guy who ran the comics.
The comics were literally trying to use Stan Lee to kind of deflect all the decisions they were making about replacing heroes during that time, and having Stan Lee go out and address the quote-unquote haters, despite the fact that it was a more complicated issue at the time than Stan Lee was aware of. That's what I was referring to. But as I was trying to say earlier, right? Okay, again, we all know he was being taken advantage of towards the last few years of his life, so it is going to leave a sour taste in fans' mouth if you do see him getting like an AI treatment. Because before it was great to see Stan Lee, but now it's going to be like,
like, really?
It's going to be like that. Even if he wasn't being taken advantage of in life, you basically dug up his grave to sell something. They're not doing this behind the part. Just have you can see Stan Lee. They're doing it to sell something. They're using him as product, even when he's in the grave.
Yeah. Well,
and he wasn't there to say, "Oh, I'm fine with this happening." Another thing, if you yourself was okay with this happening to you, and you made that known, I'll be less likely to be mad about it.
And
it is what
I'm not 100% sure on his opinion because obviously he's been dead for a while. I'm not going to deny that. But it's like, I don't think he would approve of generative AI at all.
No, he wouldn't, because the family apparently has been trying to sue them before he died. Apparently the whole thing that this started from was they were trying to, they claimed, Stan Lee and the people who worked with him claimed that he was manipulated into signing the contract, for lack of a better word. And so they were trying to sue this company before his death. He died, and then the suit got dropped. Now his daughter keeps trying to sue them, but she keeps losing in court for reasons I'm not clear on yet right now. But she's still fighting the fight.
And I know
the main one to be abusing and tricking him to sign stuff to get stuff from him. So it's kind of like a pot, the pot calling the kettle black, and then it's also just she said she's not really going to win this case unless she can prove like
Yeah.
with visible, proof that they manipulate him.
Yeah. It's a very tricky, slow pod audience.
It really comes off of you can't mistreat him. I can mistreat him. What are you doing? And that's not going to work for the case. It ain't.
That's why I'm like, at the moment, I only know of like 2 people who said that they would be okay with them getting the AI treatment. One, but only after they pass away, right?
Yeah.
One being Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, he gave his consent after the whole Flashpoint Superman scene. And the other one was William Shatner with regards to his character of Captain Kirk. But only under 2
hell
conditions.
no, Shatner, come on,
No,
man. Come on, Billy
No,
Shat.
no,
Come on, Billy
only,
Shat. Do better.
only under 2 conditions. One, it has to be after his death, and 2, a portion of the money goes to his family. That's
but
his
pretty
condition.
soon, and I'm anticipating it, that the AI bubble is going to pop because it's not financially feasible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna exist. It's gonna exist regardless. It's
gonna exist regardless. But the way that it is now is not feasible for the future.
No.
Yeah.
And plus, keep in mind. Okay, speaking of, I'm just gonna go on that quick rant. There are episodes of Star Trek, okay, that literally tell you why AI like this is not good because people die. Okay, even in the original series, okay, they did that shit. So I'm just like, come on, Billy Shat, come on, man, do better.
This is just his view on that statement. Because I think he does.
Do the hologram people not count as AI?
No. Well, no.
AI, because AI, for something to be called something to be considered an AI tool, it has to have the ability to adapt. I'm framing this completely wrong, but it has to be able to adapt to a certain thing. So, like, if I talk to Stanley as AI and we're having an engaging conversation, that's an AI. But a hologram.
I'll talk about is Star Trek specifically.
Racism. I mean, that is AI. Yeah, that's by definition. That's not even considered AI.
Keep in mind,
she would be
with the character of Sam, in Starfleet Academy. Technically, she's not an AI.
She would be. She would be an AGI. She would be an AI that can experience human sentience. That's what she would be.
Yeah, but then that means that means she's sentient. Artificial intelligence is not sentient normally.
No. Well, it can be. That's what people are working towards. So we have AI. The thing she is AGI. That's the next phase of AI. So
I don't know, man.
Yeah. This is why I wish more companies, more families will handle their rights to their people in works the way. What's the Lord of the Rings guy called? I can't remember his name right now. I just fucked up.
Tolkien.
The Tolkien estate. The way they have it is, if you know Lord of the Rings, there are 3 big eras. All right. The only one you can make movies and stuff of, it's the middle era. And that's why you have Lord of the Rings, the Silmarillion, while they're trying to do Hunt for Gollum. Because they can't access the beginning and fuck that up, or the end and fuck that up of this universe.
Wait, they don't have access to it at all?
No, you only have the middle section of the full story.
Why?
Because Tolkien did not want his beginning and ends to be adapted, because he did not trust anyone to actually pull them off correctly. And while Son did like Lord of the Rings, he did mention Tolkien would not have liked the Lord of the Rings. It turned out.
I never got into the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, so
I just think I wish more families were more protective of their sacred IPs. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
And their main guy's wishes.
I know when it came to that last Alien movie, that Xenomorph one, they brought in that robot guy from the original Alien, but that was AI. But the studio did go and talk with the family first before using that.
People were mad about that, but the way the family approved it, and if you know about Alien, that was the robot that had to be there during that time period. Sadly,
yeah,
because all the robots look exactly the same depending on what time period you're in, and that was the model at the time.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I just don't like this.
I don't think it's a good idea, but if you approve it for yourself, it is what it is. I can't stop you, obviously.
I mean, I guess, but for this specifically, he didn't consent to this before. And plus, we know this is gonna fail, and they're just gonna scrap it.
We don't know what they're going to use it for. Is it going to be for
actually, we do. They're using it for their World of Stan Lee or whatever. I forgot what it was called. I was just looking at it. It's like some book. There's like some book they're doing or whatever. I forgot what it was called. But.
Gotcha. But yeah, we'll see where it goes, audience. So yeah. Anyway, final thoughts before we move on.
Not
Blame.
really.
Move on to the next topic.
Oh yeah, my
All
last
right.
topic.
Yep.
Yay! Anyways, hello. I guess Princess Night is back after God knows how long, but it doesn't feel like it's Princess Night, okay? So we recently got a trailer from I don't remember what studio. Well, it doesn't matter. That we are getting a movie loosely based off of Osamu Tezuka's Princess Night. It's called The Ribben Hero, and it's
Okay.
basically about Sapphire going to this new kingdom after hers was destroyed and protecting that new kingdom because of that same thing that destroyed her homeland is going to destroy this one. And it's very magical girl-esque when the original kind of wasn't. I mean, there was like magical elements, but my point stands. I
Yeah.
like the idea of this movie. Like, I love the art. I love like the plot and everything. I just don't personally think it's Princess Night. I guess I would have to watch it to really see. But like, if you compare this character design compared to the original Prince/Princess Sapphire, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like the original at all.
Thank you. I was confused based on what I saw because when I saw you posted it, I thought it was something else. So I went to look it up to see what it was. But I was like, this doesn't look like the same thing I'm looking at. What's happening here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of its own thing and that's like loosely adapted, but it's like I don't understand why they couldn't take the original story and just modernize it. You want to know another Osamu Tezuka thing that they adapted into a modern audience and it worked really well? You want to know? It was Dororo from like I think 2019.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's like I'm not saying it's one for one because I haven't read the original Dororo manga, but it's like from what people were saying, it's like the spirit is there. The spirit is there. And it's like, yeah, I kind of wish that they would have done that for this specifically, especially with how important Princess Night was. Like, before Revolutionary Girl Utena and also before the Rose of Versailles, it was Princess Night who started the whole, like, Lady Night thing. And I'm curious to see if they're going to do the half pink, half blue heart that they got going on in the original. I don't know. So basically, Sapphire was born a girl. However, due to the fact that, male, like, only men can inherit the fucking throne, I basically have to beat the skies from day one as a boy, And like there are people that are trying to discover this, like reveal it to everyone and like all this other stuff. And like there's some people in the palace that's like, you should just like act like a girl, and Sapphire's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want. I don't know. There's like a lot of queer elements in the original, even from a 50s/60s manga, but it's like they're probably not gonna do that for this. I could be wrong, but I wish they would because we need it more than ever. This comes out in August, I think, on Netflix, so we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Because of how they did Rama 1.5, which also has those type of elements as older, I do not trust modern translators and stuff to
I
do
just
the
don't.
message.
I don't trust a lot of people
The
normally.
nuance of it needs.
I don't trust. Like, keep in mind, there's this manga from the 70s, that got a anime OVA in the 80s. I mean, it ended in the 80s, but whatever. And I would love for it to be adapted into modern day, but it's called Kazutuki no Uta, if anyone was curious. Love that manga. I'm reading it right now. But like with some of the subject matter in it, I know people won't be able to handle it. They will take everything out of context. They're gonna see Gilbert as the villain, and it's like a whole thing. And it's like, no, bitch, this is a very like complicated story with a lot of complicated themes. And I feel like they're not gonna do that for this. This just feels like a magical girl story with just some of the stuff from Princess Night. Do you feel what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with modern adaptations of old stuff. They all want to streamline the message and not use the nuance that was there in the original, which makes more people reject what's going on, to be honest. Especially in the TikTok era, where people just take clips out of sync and just show you something with no
Yeah.
context.
And it's like why not just adapt the original manga just for a modern audience? Like, you could have just done that, and this could have just been its own thing. You know, this could have just been its own thing, and I would have been like, cool beans. I love that. You know, but it's like, I don't know, man. I think they're just like, keep in mind, according to the Rose of Versailles fandom, they hated the movie that came out last year.
Yeah,
so, and I haven't even seen that. But I don't want to see it because they made it a musical for some reason. I was like, why did you make it a musical? This is not the Takarazuka musical. Okay, that made sense because they do musicals normally. The movie being a musical did not make sense. It should have just been a TV show, but what do I know? Anyways, but like, yeah, I just kind of wish this was its own thing rather than just like a loose adaptation of the original. And like, I know it's been like decades since we've gotten a Princess Knight adaptation, but I just kind of wish that it was like more of an adaptation and not just like inspired. You know, like we could have a new addition to the Lady Knight genre, you know, but it's like we can't have jack shit in this house.
That's why I'm worried, because one of my favorite Lady Knight quote unquote stories is Claymore. Claymore is about, it's a whole bunch of females who fight monsters, like actual monster stuff. But
I'm aware of Claymore.
So, if you know anything about Claymore, it's a classic manga.
Yeah,
but I'm
I don't know. They just like, when it comes to shoujo, they don't put nearly as much respect on like shoujo and josei than they do to shonen and seinen, which is directed towards boys.
Wait. What's the second thing you said? What is josei?
Okay, so shoujo is anime and manga directed towards girls. Josei is towards older teen girls and like young adults and like older women. Mostly for older female demographic, while shoujo is for a younger female demographic. And it's the same for shonen and seinen, but for boys.
Okay, I didn't know that was a word.
Yeah, there you go. You learn something new every day, chat. Anyways, yeah, they just don't put nearly as much respect on the shoujo/josei genres that they do to that, because like all the anime that are really popular here in the West are mostly directed towards boys. Have you noticed that? Like most of the anime that get popular over here, they're mostly just battle shonens and all that other stuff. It's like, and all the ones with female protagonists that are directed towards girls are mostly just romance animes. You know? So I just was kind of hoping that this would have been a more faithful adaptation of the original. I should have gotten another picture for this, but it's fine. Like, I like the design they have here. I just don't personally think it's Sapphire.
You know, the last great female-led shonen, well, not shonen, but shoujo, was The Promised Neverland, and they fucked that whole show over the last 2 seasons.
Well, I only saw 2 episodes. I only saw 2 episodes maximum of that show, so. But yeah, they really do not put respect on female-led properties, dude, and it's really fucking shows. But I hope this is good. Like, I hope this is good at his own thing and not just like a loose adaptation of Princess Knight. That's just me, personally. I'm probably gonna watch it if I remember it exists. We'll see what happens. And also another thing, if you're going to watch Princess Knight, don't watch the English dub. It's really bad. Watch it in Japanese.
No, you have to at least check out the episode of English dub. English dub, if they're bad, are actually really funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but if you want to actually like enjoy the plot,
watch it in
Japanese.
I'm just saying, I would not like Sailor Moon if I did not see the Dick dub.
Dick dub, hilarious.
It is hilarious. Yeah, they're cousins, guys.
They're just cousins. They're just cousins,
guys.
Just cousins.
No, I watched it. I was a kid because my sister watched Sailor Moon, and then I read it after I read Hunter x Hunter because I found out those 2 mangaka are married.
Yeah.
So after reading it and seeing what they did, it was like the funniest show of all time.
Yeah, it was funny, but besides the point. Like, if you want to, like, know the plot, know, like, the nuances, go watch it in Japanese. And then if you want the funny English dub from, like, the 60s or 70s or whenever that dub came out, then you can watch the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Anyway, guys, about thoughts before we move on?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have
See you
fun.
tomorrow. Then watch.
Bye, guys. Support your fellow gays, guys. Bye.
Only the local ones.
Oh, that's it. You want to week?
Wait a minute. Where the fuck is this?
Hey, wait. I told you that we're gonna put this as a topic. You said yes, didn't you?
When you asked me earlier, I think you said I said yeah if you want to. If you want, we I didn't know which one you decided. We can go to topic.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk about it?
We're here now.
Okay.
Masters of the Universe is still like it's set to bomb based on pre-sale. The pre-sale has not changed that much since they came out. That's not a good time for movies, especially action movies. This thing would need a view from God himself to turn this thing around.
Ain't Grayskull, all right?
Bro, they don't even know what color he is now. He might be
No. I'm just trying to think of all the contributing factors that could have led to this.
Nothing. People doesn't give a shit about He-Man. That's all.
I think there's three. First of all, Jared Leto has bombed his last 5 films. Yeah. He is not put him in this film.
It's the Jared Leto curse. So
2, you did the thing that people have been hating for 30, 40 years of putting him in the real war first.
Oh boy. Yeah, sure. Okay.
People hated it was saying like with Thor. It's the reverse of Thor.
Yeah.
It's actually Thor full on, where he's going to start. We're going to see the backstory and get sent to Earth, and then the last half is going to be in Eternal.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least with Thor, that's the story. That's like the actual story of Thor.
That's the actual story and story. People still hate it. So seeing the He-Man of all things, especially after the last adaptation we had, people just wanted to see this dude be awesome. And what you saw is a guy still learning to use his powers, even though he's like 35 years old.
Do you think that whole scene of the he/him pronoun thing on his desk?
No,
a lot of people out.
That's just people on the internet, bro.
I'm just curious. Like there has to be
the average person looked at that and said, "That's fucking funny." I promise you. Or they didn't care. Those are the only 2 reactions most people had, and they were not online. I promise.
What people be more mad about because they didn't understand is Tila directing He-Man in a scene. There was a scene recently, like a few weeks ago, where He-Man's on the ship and Tila's telling him what to do. And because modern fans, when they see He-Man, they see him leading everything, leading the charge, leading the battle, leading everything. They don't understand that Tila's in charge of Prince Adam.
Yeah.
And if it's not been He-Man ever for the first time, she's probably going to tell him what to do.
I'm just saying, you're walking on a tightrope with that, like in today's climate, because like, look, He-Man is supposed to be like the male fantasy at the end of the day, you know, big, strong man going into battle with a sword and a battle hat, you know,
and you're nerfing the fuck out of
it. Yeah, that's what it should be to get fans excited over this. But like, look, I haven't been looking too much into this, but I know like people have been making like videos because apparently some things like that the actors or the people creating this movie has said that this movie is going to be tackling masculinity.
Yeah, So remember, we already knew, we talked about it before on the podcast where they were like scaling towards a peak toxic masculinity.
Oh boy.
I'm like, nigga, just an evil guy. You saying all dudes are just toxic? Like all evil dudes are toxic at that point?
Well, to be fair, like this wouldn't be the first time where the audience were subjected to like an amazing trailer of He-Man, but then when we saw the actual final product, they swept you under the rug with something entirely different. So I don't know if there's other scenes with Skeletor that they're saving up for the actual movie that could say
they
like,
show,
okay, this is toxic.
The poster stuff just makes him seem like a goofy guy.
Okay, look, I only watched the first
version of the 60 self. Like he still had those goofy moments, but he still can be terrifying. Like I haven't seen anything really be toxic about him besides wanting the power. I guess if you want to make that toxic.
Yeah. Again, we're going to have to see what the final product is, but look, it seems like if this movie does bomb audience, it's not going to be one toxic cloud. It's going to be the combination of a couple other minimal clouds forming into one.
I, I,
I think the
I
reason
think
why
it's
you don't
also
want
like
to watch.
you said, a lot of people aren't that interested in He-Man in current time. We had when the revival was happening, people were excited, and then the revival kind of spit in your face, like you said.
Yeah.
So the little
That,
fans that left, they probably came in and saw that, probably did see the he him joke and all the other stuff. And it's like, well, if they're not going to take this fully seriously, I'm probably not going to watch it. And we can see they're not taking it fully seriously, like a lot of the fans who want after the last product.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see
Forgot, I
when the
think he
movie.
worked in HR for some reason.
They just wanted to introduce like a down on your luck sort of He-Man, but again, the main thing that you should come out of this movie is like, hey, the masculine hero, the male fantasy hero audience, So if you're gonna have like
They want
goofball
to fit
jokes,
a war story so they can have a natural way to explain Eternia and everything to you in a way you can adjust. But you can't do that with He-Man. He's the only nigga that people care about.
yeah,
You can't do like Mortal Kombat where you created a person to explain this stuff to. You had to make people not know. And how you do that? By not having him there since he was a child. That's the only reason they did it, I guarantee you.
Oh wow, that was definitely a creative decision that they made for that path, but it doesn't look like that's going to be paying off, audience. Again, I want this movie to succeed because, like, based on what we see in the trailers, it looks like it's going to be a fun action adventure movie. But again,
I'll tell you what got people in theaters if he said that I had the power thing better.
Yeah, because people shitted on the Thing for saying it's clobbering time while screaming because he didn't have an accent. If you hated that, if you didn't like that, you better hate this. This nigga says I had the power, you got to pass out.
Bro, if you say he should have said it like the fucking either the 90s or the 2000s, bro.
You need to sound like
what was up?
You need to sound like a masculine male when saying that.
The remake, the last one just came out. That one was good too. The problem is the music with it isn't that great, and you don't see any real passion. That's why I do think you should have did the two different actors. You should have had a skinny dude to play Adam and a buff nigga to play He-Man.
Also, you need to change his voice. I need to feel the testosterone when he says it, bro. I need to feel like I have the power when he says it, bro. Like he shared a little bit with me.
That's supposed to be a power fantasy, but he looks exactly the same, bro.
They should have done the Shazam situation. If you could do it for him, you could have done it for He-Man, So.
I still think the best one. I like the original. I think the best one is the 2000s because you hear the scrawny voice. He's like, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. I'm like, that shit sounds so wrong.
Yeah, okay. The way He-Man should deliver that line should not sound like the way he normally casually talks.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
That's my biggest fear. I want Conan to come back, and I'm like, you can't do He-Man, right? You done do Talking Macaroni? Conan's gonna get butchered like fuck.
Oh god, yeah.
Don't talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff coming back for. No, he's not coming back to play Conan, but he's been trying to do a Conan 3 where he plays Conan's father, like when they remake it.
Okay, I can see
I'm like,
that.
at the current day, bro, you can't do Conan the Barbarian.
Nah.
People can handle a princess loosely with a nickname close to Pocahontas because they thought it was insulting. Can you imagine regular Conan? That, bro.
It shouldn't be that controversial to create a masculine hero audience. It shouldn't be, really.
I hate to say it, but you know who did it well recently?
Who?
James Bond.
Well, I watched James Bond, so I can't comment.
No, I'm saying because everything you're saying that you want He-Man to do, James Bond did it. Well, it's the origin story, but he's not really being led around that much. Like he's still like the same one for the movie, but he just needs like a couple like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like he's still doing the shit. He's still a ladies' man. He's still like a badass in a fight. He just has a couple things he just doesn't know. And even though characters are leading him around, he's still capable of doing his own thing. You know what I mean?
I was gonna be led around. This nigga don't do his own.
In this one, he specifically does. He specifically goes off grid a lot in this one. So.
You kill this guy. You fuck this guy up. You go do that.
The main story is him being like, actually, I want to do it this way. That's like multiple times. But no, that's what I'm saying. You could Maybe take some inspiration from that. Put that in He-Man.
Yeah, but I know the Tila scene I brought up earlier. It rubbed me the wrong way because not only was she doing that, but she's also doing the man at arms. I'm like, nigga, that's his job. That's his job.
Oh boy.
If he wasn't in the scene could work because it's just her and the Prince Adam. That's the dynamic. But if man at arms is also here, she should not be leading both of them. He's the charge. That's the general right there. You're a captain. He's a general. All right.
Yeah. There should be a rank in seniority when it comes to military power like that, especially if you look at Tila and this is gonna be the general public's first taste of a He-Man movie in God knows how many decades, and so you would assume like a lot of these characters will be starting off from like point one, like we did in the original He-Man, right? They're just starting off with their powers. They're slowly getting up to growing.
It's only He-Man. Everyone else is at like level 35, and he's at level 1.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm sorry to see all the pieces for how this Jenga tower is going to fall down, audience. And I really don't want it to, but oh boy. Well, we'll talk about when we maybe do a full episode review on it, or talk about next Monday.
Definitely I'll do a full episode review on it.
Full analysis
on good or bad. I feel like it's going to last an hour, at least an hour and a half.
Okay, and I just want to say this, audience, I am going to see this. Like, my brother's actually coming back. He's going to be coming here for the week from Virginia, right? And he literally grew up with He-Man.
And he's getting on the podcast, and he's going to talk about
it. Audience, like, before this whole representation thing came about, like, he was literally growing up in the 80s in the dry lands of Bolivia, watching like He-Man from a rectangle box with antennas with black and white staticking on the screen. And
the way you explain it sounds like Bolivia doesn't exist.
You gotta believe in
superhero.
You gotta believe in it, Justin. But now my brother would say, like, yes, those were like some of the highlights of his childhood, because you think they had toys in Bolivia? You think they had water parks there? It was the poorest country in South America, man. What do you expect? So, like, stuff like watching like American TV shows like He-Man or Thundercats or G.I. Joe, that was a big thing for my brother, especially since like all his friends from the school will want to come to our house because now not everybody had a TV. You see, think about how fortunate you all have it here in America, audience. All right, I want you to sit down in the corner and think about everything great you have here. All right.
When I grew up, I only had a VCR.
Oh wow.
I had a VCR, and what I would do is I would record. You remember Fox used to do cartoons on Saturday? I would record. That's what I did.
Yeah, I would throw
for so long, Jake.
I would throw a hissy fit. I would throw a hissy fit on Saturdays because I just wanted to be like any American boy at that time and just spend my mornings watching Saturday morning cartoons. But nope, my mom had to drag me to the garage sales or the grocery shopping with her. Like, oh, come on. I want to stay home and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, Digimon.
I kept missing Danny Phantom because SpongeBob was on all day.
Oh, my heart weeps from you. You think we had a computer at that time, Jake?
No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't have access to the internet until I was like in middle school.
Okay. Well, you had access to a library, so yeah.
No, I did not. Unless my parents drove me there. No.
Gotcha. But yeah. So yeah, my brother is excited about this movie. He liked the trailer. He really didn't like the first season of Kevin Smith's He-Man thing, especially with Tila's design for reasons I don't want to mention in the comments. Like
the worst part is, I feel like the season one would have been fine if they just released season one they split season one into 2 parts. That was the problem.
Yeah.
If brought one and 2 parts together, it would have been fine. But he promised you something and then put out part 1. And then when people complain, he just tried to troll you about it, saying, "Oh, I should have done that. I should have done these things." Like all this stuff instead of just being like, "You're waiting for part 2." I think it would have went up a lot better. If they stopped splitting up seasons for no reason.
I know, but
remember they have the Invincible when they made an event. They did like 4 episodes and they split in half. The other season and made people wait like 5 months for no fucking reason.
If only we knew, audience. If only we knew how the audience would react, But regardless, I'm gonna have the He-Man fanboys with me when I go watch this movie, so I'll definitely want to see what his perspective was, So yeah. Alrighty, audience. Do you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
Okay.
Gotcha. What? Say it again.
I said no.
Any final thoughts on this before we move on?
Wait, bro. Hey, let's move on. I'll say it for Jake.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That's right. I decided, guys. Me and my pet Island, we're gonna debut on the new X-Men team. All right.
Oh wow!
It's about time. Listen. It was the '90s when it was the 2002 when they first asked for my help, and now I'm back. All right.
What is this?
Okay. It's the new X-Men.
Yep. There's a new X-Men on the team, and his name is Leviathan.
Yeah.
And he also functions as their new home base.
So let me ask something. Humans can't be racist.
No. What the fuck is their obsession with living in real people?
Right. Humans can't be racist to this. This actually.
Before the living island, that's a person.
Right. I'm gonna have my refrigerator. I'm gonna have sex on this island, bro. I'm gonna be piping it down, bro.
Y'all be doing all
Man, you try to take a swim and like
you have sex and they said dribble on the floor. I'm going to murder you.
That's so many diseases on his fucking body every day.
Yeah, if you see a cut on the ground, you bleeding, I get AIDS. You going to jail. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay, so let me read the article. So anyway, Beast talks to the biomechanical danger room into becoming an X-Man, and let's see, they create a weapon.
The danger room again. Danger is a character in Tokon Fighting, so they're bringing her back. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No. Here's what it is. So she actually helps with this creation. Beast creates a ship that has a concept of a weapon and a person with a creature, and also Hank decides to convince the ship to develop its own identity and that stuff. So that's where
which Hank?
Our main Hank, the main Beast.
All right.
Okay. Gotcha. At first, the ship was called the Spirit of St. Augustine, but the Beast gave it free will and said, "You choose your own name." So he called himself Leviathan.
How nice of Hank, bro.
That's so lame. Bro,
okay.
Leviathan should be like an actual... Bro, I would have made that like a world-ending threat type thing, bro. Not a fucking ship.
Well, he's self-identified as Leviathan, all right?
Jake.
Okay, so it's basically a giant shark with fangs, audience. I don't know what else to say here.
And we're gonna live on top of it.
It belong to them? It should belong to fucking Namor.
Sure.
Oh boy.
But it's okay because I'm gonna live on top of its body.
You saw there's a scene of Namor. He has vibranium now, so he has like flying wheels and shit. Imagine he starts a war, y'all. He's like giant flying fucking metal shark.
It's true. And then I also get told Sentinels aren't cool. And I'm like, all right.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Okay, Sentinels aren't cool. The giant mechanical sharks that are the size of countries are cool.
Yeah, that's okay. The mutants can just have that. They can have that. All right. It's also made of metal. So God forbid Magneto gets it. I'm just saying. I'm
also looking at
Magneto and Polaris are good people right now. So
yeah, for now.
They're trying to kill us right now.
Okay, I'm reading more of the description of this. Okay, so apparently this ship has powers itself. Okay, so inside Leviathan may retain the ability to immerse its targets into nightmare scenarios and transform them into monstrous versions of themselves.
We're just gonna let the X-Men have this? Fuck? What were we talking about, bro?
So you mean to tell me that the X-Men literally have your worst nightmares up their disposal to use
With
against
the weapon
you?
of mass destruction, bro. What the fuck?
Me that Dark Beast is gonna take this ship somehow, or Mojo Arcade, and he's gonna fuck with X-Men. All you're doing is setting them up for failure. Why the fuck you put that in ship that you live in?
It's fucking stupid.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, and they want to disband all Sentinel creations against them. Like, goddamn. They literally created humanity's worst nightmare, audience.
X-Men would be like, how can we still live in a world that fears and hates us, and they have like a giant fear avatar at their disposal? All right.
Oh my god.
It's the allegory. It's allegory. It's just an allegory.
I guess in their defense, this is kind of like their way of saying, like, okay, this is our version of a training room. You fight against your worst fears. Well, apparently, it's not that hard to turn this training room and use it as a weapon against humanity, you know? So
yeah. How about you just use a fucking regular danger room like you had? Damn. What's wrong with that?
You can't kill the X-Men or the minority and then keep making them. At this point in time, it's very realistic. They put 3 of the top 3 X-Men, and they beat every other faction in Marvel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not to be scared.
Guys, don't be afraid of us. We just casually have a weapon of mass destruction that we live on.
Don't forget, there are millionaires. Also, one of our members are the Avatar of Life, and the other one is the Eternity or something.
I just like that this article is trying to justify the X-Men having this living base by saying, well, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy have nowhere, and the Avengers Mountain is now that living city. So let the X-Men
I don't know about the living city, brother. The Guardians are in space.
No. Yeah, you know what works with that though? Because both of those things are in space.
That's not bothering me.
Their watchtower.
Also, I don't have an Avenger. I don't have an Avenger that's like maybe one day is gonna be like, you know what, like fuck humanity though. Like, you know what I mean? Like just like it's
not like the Avengers team have former villains.
The ocean.
Right.
Yep.
You're in the ocean. All of the nigga we know about this in the ocean keeps trying to kill us.
Brother, America can't even beat Iran right now, and they're blocking the sea. We can't beat that. What are you talking about?
Namor tried to kill us 17 times. How are we not working with him in the ocean with a shark?
Just saying, the Avengers don't currently have team members that were once villains bent on this wiping out humanity.
That also have a history of flip-flopping on a dime.
Funny. I'm glad you said that right after Wanda left the team.
Okay, their heads are played out.
It's like you waited right till she left out the door. Thank God we don't have who wants to destroy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But it's just but hey, it's just an allegory, guys. They're just an allegory. Don't take it seriously.
Well,
that guy got up a hospital. Did my kid's glasses fell off? Damn, bro, you're racist. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, if there's any more reason to hate and fear the mutants, it's the fact that they have a weapon that can actually shoot your fear at you. So.
Bro, imagine like turning on CNN and you see this shit on the news, bro. You're like, what the fuck? Like,
first of all, there's a giant in the ocean, and in every city that's lined with the ocean, just have a massive hysteria of giant spiders and this is other crazy people attacking them. Roll on the floor. Like, what's happening here?
This is like the equivalent of saying like one country. Their country isn't land. Their country is a giant battle tank. Audience, you know.
There's gotta be a point where after this blows up in the X-Men face, like maybe Scott brings the team together. He's like,
"How has nothing to do with Namor? Why is it a shark?"
I was like the idea that like I'll even after this blows up in their faces, it will. Like Scott gets the team together. He's like, you know what, guys? Maybe like we're the problem. Maybe. I
think I say it all the time. The fact that no writer wants to talk about the nuance of the situation and just wants to be like, good, everyone else bad, is going to fuck over this friend.
Yeah, we're the minority. We're the ones being discriminated against. Yeah, you can blow.
You know what's crazy? I see more people argue with me. Like I ran into arguments and people jump in like, yeah, actually, fuck the X-Men. I'm like, oh shit.
It is turning now. People are starting to, especially after the whole storm and and did great thing recently, where she just turned Gore into a fucking ball. Gore the God Butcher into a fucking son. And Storm going to anime universes right now or some shit.
Yeah, JJK and all that.
And you're going to convince us in a year or two that you're going to lose her robot.
Right.
if there's anything the overpowered mutants need right now, it's more power ups, audience, right?
Well, like there's always people like, man, I wish comics took from like manga. I didn't mean like power scaling. Because that's like the worst thing to take from shonen. Shonen's made in like their own specific bubbles where they can do that. You don't do that in Marvel or DC. You kind of, especially with the X-Men, that just makes them scary.
People like you ended the Ultimate Universe and you started a new one. I was like, based on how they were doing Ultimate Universe, that shit was fucked. That shit was fucked for. If you want something to start over, doing everything with a horror twist, and they just not like the X-Men is gonna be like 100-thing run. They're gonna do the X-Men. They're gonna stop. They're gonna do another book, like the same writer.
Right.
So you do get your manga thing. We're like, oh, this is gonna have a beginning, middle, end, and we're gonna go to another character. I think that's for the best. Yeah. But you guys credited. The last 2 weeks we were kind of struggling to figure out what to talk about in some of these books. It's kind of getting insane. If you're not doing like the Chips of Darky Captain America stuff, it's not really a lot to talk about right now. How they're handling it without getting mad, to be honest.
Just saying, like this tomorrow, audience, when we talk about our comic reviews of the week, I don't think I have a Marvel book, to be honest. So,
I've been trying to find one. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna do Dinosaurs Attack.
Oh, you don't want to read the. You don't read the one where like they run out of things to do, so they say, "Oh, well, now we're gonna fight the multiverse again." Like, what? All right.
All I can think about like tomorrow is gonna be Nectar and GI Joe, and I know it's gonna be some other book, but I can't think of it.
GI Joe, and it came online, so we got the picture for that.
I just find it weird because I was like, what do you need this for? There's no like real reason for any of this. I mean, it's one thing to have like a mobile island, fine. I mean, obviously there's advantages to that, but like, why's it gotta be like a battle thing? Like,
why does it have to have that feature to literally weaponize your worst fears?
Don't forget, this is right after they find out that they are the ones who fucked up the world in the future, by the way, and they're trying to have to fight Dark Beast and the new. What they got? They new new apocalypse, nigga. The Doug.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you weaponing up? To like what a thing that probably will only work against humanity. If you know how to stop fucking scarecrow gas, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like,
not for nothing. If you know you're gonna fuck up the world, maybe this is when you bring in the community. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, listen, I'm not like I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy, but hey, Reed. Talk to me. What we messing up over here? You know?
This is why X-Men need more regular human friends because they just seem so disconnected from like real life. Like at all. The fact that you get new mutants created and none of them seem to want to talk about their parents, they tell you how X-Men are. Right. You can't tell. There's 20 new X-Men in the last year and a half, and none of them want to talk about their parents. None of them have a like, what the fuck's happening?
It's almost like the community needs somebody who should be the voice of moral reason. Oh right, I offered. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot their voice of moral reason. They decided to villainize Xavier. You know, so yeah.
Well, listen. I offered to be that, but they kicked me out because they said I couldn't be a Krakoa if I was gonna keep talking this human shit. Okay.
Wow.
I tried.
Jake, you're joking. They really would have did that. X is probably would have
Jake also, if it makes you feel better, I probably would be kicked out of the mutant cookout because of my support for the Sentinel program. So yeah.
Like, guys, I'm just saying, like, maybe it's okay for the humans to have a couple Sentinels. They just look at me like
yeah.
Kill them now.
X-Men. Let's be reasonable. There are some bad mutants out there, and we humans will ensure that the Sentinels have operatives that don't hate mutants to go out and hunt the bad mutants. Come on, what's wrong with that?
I'm imagining Cryptid saying that, but he's like cupping his hand up and he's slowly like pointing at like Magneto and like, you know, there's some bad mutants.
Oh.
By the way, shout out to this YouTuber. I like him. I just disagree with him on most of his X-Men takes. But there's a guy like Nikhil Reacts, and he watches different cartoons, but he loves X-Men and all this stuff. And like and he's a bit. He says like X is supposed to be like an allegory and all this other stuff. But I'm like, you can't. There's only so far it could go.
At, at
There's only
one
so
point,
far it could go.
at one point, there was a needed
Like,
allegory.
you want to try to kill us? We're just going to try to genocide you back. I'm like, it's over.
Yeah. At one point, they had noble intentions with their allegories, but these days, oh
Well, I'll even bring it back because he was watching X-Men Evolution, and I always bring up the scene where there's just casual problems you would have, like Iceman, Bobby. He's with the other kids. They're on a fucking boat. I brought this up before. They recreate the Titanic scene on a boat. Like Iceman makes like a fucking iceberg on the boat. They almost crash into it just for jokes. I'm like, this is just a thing you would. He's a teenager. But I was like, it's like he's a teenager. Of course, he could do dumb shit like this. This is why people are afraid.
Character that was the fire dude's character.
Right. Well, my thing is like they're teenagers with superpowers. Of course, they're gonna do dumb shit. I'm not blaming them for that. But that's why humans are afraid of them. They're just like us. That's the problem.
Yeah.
This is why I keep having this argument with certain people about how I think X-Men and the franchise needs a third faction. A fourth faction. You can't just have everyone either be on the X-Men side now, which is basically fuck humanity. Magneto's old side, whoever's running that side, which is fuck humanity. And Apocalypse, who just fuck everybody. You need someone to step up and lead a new team following the old dream.
Mhm.
I think that was best done when X-Men was split into two teams, where you had Cyclops become the radical side and Wolverine, who really they should have swapped, to be honest. And Wolverine, still need good heroes.
Yeah,
Austin is funny you should mention that, because the last time I saw some Marvel try to attempt to adapt an X-Men team that will fight for Xavier's dream was back during that whole Inhumans versus X-Men era, where Magneto decided to form the Brotherhood of Mutants to fight for Xavier's dream. I'm like, really?
That's another thing you got to consider when you're like a
God.
human, like from a third party, from a comic viewer, we know the whole, why this goes from here to here to here. From like the average everyday person, it's like, why do these people keep fucking flip-flopping every fucking month? Like, what is happening?
Don't you have Magneto going to TV and say, we're going to kill y'all, we're going to replace you all, we're the future, and then next week he's on your team, it's over.
Right. And then he switches back, and you're like, what happened? Like, what
was this? I don't think people remember. Magneto used to be religious. Like, he used to act like his team used to be like, to be honest, it was like they were calling like the acolytes and shit.
Right.
And then he made the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Right. There was no ambiguous nature behind it.
He wasn't even hiding the intentions.
He announced it to the world.
He wasn't even hiding the intentions. Like, when you put evil as your team name, I mean, come on, what else are you supposed to think?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Shout out to X-Men 97. Hopefully, it's not as toxic as the first season. Well, I hope to God.
First season really had a rough moment, but in the end, they did bring the message back. At least with Cyclops trying to spare Bastion, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in his darkest moment, still trying to spare this guy who's almost doomed his race, I think was a good moment for Cyclops.
Yeah.
But going to the next season was all just about, we're going to fight Apocalypse now. I'm like, okay.
That's safer to me. That's okay with me. That's shit. Just get away from the politics.
I guess you're getting away from the main message, but that's fine, I guess.
We all admit that the guy literally named the Apocalypse, who has a team called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, is a bad guy, audience. We admit that.
Realistically, Apocalypse should be a big universe villain. He should not be an X-Men villain. And every time he shows up, he either wins or he creates a world war where that goes on forever. He still wins. I feel like you should get the Avengers involved at some point.
Right.
Well, funny enough, I think that wasn't there a history with Apocalypse where he had a fight between Thor back when he had an axe?
Yeah. So back in the young days of Apocalypse, his main threats were Thor. When Thor first showed up after the Viking Age.
Yeah.
He fought King. He's still fighting King. King's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And he fought Khonshu and Moon Knight.
Okay.
Basically, all the Egyptian gods were still, he's in Egypt, so he's fighting the Egyptian god people.
Yeah. Sure, bro.
So it's just interesting to see, he just ended up becoming a regular X-Men villain. And it's like, you're telling me he's going to start a non-ending war, like a forever war. I thought you should probably call more people. And stop sending Wolverine in first. He can't stab this man.
I know. It just looks so cool, I guess.
You can't, like, Fantastic Four beat Galactus and send him packing and be like, you know what? I think we got a podcast. We got this, y'all. Wait, no, call me.
Yeah. You guys got all your X-Men jabble out of the way, guys?
Until the next one, yes.
Storm T'Challa with a bad couple. I don't care what no one says. I love the whole time together with him. And we're just gonna rant. I'm gonna rant. If you together with him, I want you to know all she did was choose mutants and X-Men over Wakanda. She was a bad queen, and they do not need to get.
Oh wow. There you go. Say the truth, Watson. Say the truth. But anyway, all right then, audience. I think we spent enough time on this topic. We can move on to the next one.
Now about the real minority struggle.
I will read this as the only Blackout person here.
Okay. What happened?
DC fans are finally doing the boycott they've been trying to do for years now. Because it's been 4 years right now? 4 years and counting. There's a mainline black-led character book been in DC Comics.
I find it funny that somebody was able to actually count all the days. I think
I will keep track of this. I'm telling you now, every day the guy makes a new post about adding a day to it.
Oh boy, okay.
I saw it the first time he posted it when it was like 200 some days.
Where's John Stewart at?
They were comparing it to Marvel because Marvel was still at the time still doing Black Panther, even if Black Panther was bad.
Where's John Stewart at?
He's forced. You know what's fucked up? John Stewart's best moment in the last 10 years has been in a side book. He has this very important and great moment in Rambeu New God as a side character.
Didn't Static Shock the Batman Beyond have a book recently?
Yeah, but that's a team up book. They're talking about solo book.
Yeah. They want like how Spiderman gets one, they want that for a black character. Right?
They want like either Vixen or Black Lightning or any of the prominent black heroes who get a ongoing that doesn't immediately just, oh, this failed. Guess what? It's not coming back for another 10 years.
Well, can we just choose Static
Shock? That's why I brought Carol and Wanda earlier. Because Cryptic, me and you kept practice. They rebooted Carol 6 times in 3 years. Every time her book failed with a new writer. But Luke Cage's book fails. Luke Cage's book gets canceled before it even comes out, and he doesn't get another chance.
Okay. Well, I guess in Captain Marvel's defense, like they continued on with her book because they expected her to be a big player in the MCU. That's why they kept giving her more chances.
They did it with Wanda. They did it with certain X-Men teams. They did it with certain other stuff. It was like, there's so many heroes and team books that just fail that immediately rebooted because of your own agenda. Or it's like you said, oh, maybe they're going to be big in the MCU, or maybe they're talking to them, I need to have a book out. It's been shown multiple times, especially at this point, that just being in the MCU does not mean your comics are going to sell. Because MCU fans aren't always comic fans.
Yeah. No.
How many times Wanda had to get a book by the same writer and fail within 5 issues for you to realize this is not the best writer for Wanda?
I know. Sorry, Witch, but Steve Orlando's a lukewarm writer.
They made Wanda the Sorcerer Supreme, shitting on Doctor Strange for the 5th time in 10 years. And they're still shocked that the Wiccan book and another magic book have the poorest sales in Marvel.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is not in the top 10 and is being shitted on by everyone. But his fan base is still at least getting him in the top 15. This shit is 50.
Gotcha. So, question no, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Finish.
No, ask the question first.
Okay, what characters do people want to actually get an ongoing series?
Basically, any black mainline hero. So that can go for Static Shock, who instead of doing what they promised, Dakota Infinite sold well, we'll give him a solo book. No, they just threw him in Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought Static Shock was in a complicated situation with the Dakota.
I don't know. We get that, but that's why I'm just saying that was the first one. What made the protests fully tip off. So at first they
Yeah.
were just talking about it. Now they're actually doing it.
Okay.
Vixen, Black Lightning, you had Bronze Tiger. People just wanted anything. When these like Jon Stewart, you even had like the Black Green Lantern lady. And why she had the absolute book, Absolute Green Lantern, it's not the same like mainline Green Lantern.
Yeah. But the Absolute Universe is currently hot at the moment.
No,
Though.
I
That's the
agree.
thing.
Not to be cryptic, I agree, and I make that argument too.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm fine with her having an absolute book and not a mainline book, but apparently that wasn't enough for some people. Some people just
It's not
want.
enough.
Oh
I would
boy.
argue if you want to redo, like if Vixen stuff doesn't sell, doing an absolute Vixen would probably get a lot more eyes on people who aren't just Vixen fans to read the book.
Yeah. Don't give a fuck about DC all in. It's all absolute, baby.
If
I'm
it's
just
good,
saying.
it sells, then you got what you want. But people are saying no. Why would we settle for a side universe?
I'm just saying, like, Vixen is a supermodel, and if you're talking about characters that'll make for great covers, Vixen should be one of them.
I feel like, you know what? I get them because, like, listen. The absolute universe might not be here forever. But we know if it's in the main universe, it will stay.
Yeah, no. But if it's in the absolute universe, it does well enough. Even that ending, like any comic book universe, they'll just bring over what works.
Probably.
Yeah. I just like to remind fans. I just like to remind fans out there that the Absolute Universe is the reason why Marvel's getting their ass kicked right now, and why they're deciding to trash their Ultimate Universe for that whatever that dark vampire thing universe they're doing right now. So.
They're only X-Men are vampires.
Oh, there was Spider-Man 2 in there.
Sorry. The Spider-Man and them are not vampires. That's only the X-Men part.
Marvel Midnight is what Cryptid's thinking.
Yeah,
Midnight. That's the one. What I'm saying is, like, Absolute Universe right now, audience is so hot that Marvel is trying to mimic them, and because they realize, oh shit, they absolutely
tried to do their own thing. Absolute came out and ruined that, and now they're trying to actually compete with Absolute, and then that just shows what Absolute is doing. But the main picks for a book: Cyborg, Jon Stewart, Vixen, Icon, because Icon does not have the same problem as started, y'all. You can't do Icon thing; they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Steel, Mr. Terrific, because Mr. Terrific is more popular now.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, you also have Aqualad, who they just don't care about.
I think it's because I think also, I mean, I guess the editorial, it's up to editorial to assign the books. But I wonder if it's just mainly. I wonder if it's mainly just the writers just being like, I don't know what to fucking do with these characters.
No. The problem is that the most writers has come out and said we have picked stuff for these characters. Big is Stephanie Williams, who confirmed that she was picking stuff for Vixen in the last few years, and they kept getting turned down.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Editorial.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know much about. Wait, I feel like I've heard Stephanie Williams in a bad sort of light in terms of books she's written in the past for some reason. What books has she done before?
She's better. She's depending on if she's passionate or not, her book sales goes up and down. You can tell who she's passionate about and who they're forcing her to do. Let me look it up again.
Stephanie Williams. Damn, I feel like there were bad books written by her in the past. I just can't think of at the moment. Wait, let me look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. I got you. I'm looking it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's from DC Comics. Let's see. Oh no, this is like stuff.
I feel like it's the time where you should be able to experiment in mainline. I mean, right now you're crushing your competition. You have nothing to lose, right? This
lady is the woman who writes the Nubian, who people. She did the Dakota Incident, which people loved. She did Wonder Woman for a while. People loved her issues of that. I remember that. Some people didn't like some of her and stuff. She did Batman, Superman, Dark Crisis, Warzone, Night Terrors, Absolute Power, DC Pride. She did a lot of
the Cap. She did the Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos. Oh, okay, that was pretty good.
She was a good writer. You can tell what she signs on for a book and when they give her a book. I think her writing quality does change depending on if she actually cares about the character.
I'm looking at her credentials right now. She's also the one that wrote that Cosmic Ghost Rider one, the one that was really bad. The one where she ended it with replacing Ghost Rider with that lady, that POC lady.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I do think you can tell when she actually cares about a character, and when they just put her on a book.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Um, Now that I'm looking at the black characters, I do understand DC's thing to a point because
Mm-hmm.
if you do a black lit book, I do think doing Bumblebee and her boyfriend from the Titans,
Mm-hmm.
I do
Yeah.
think it's a book because Marvel's not like capitalizing on Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's a very visual wise, that's a very good market for comics. The shrinking and growing and all the other shit you can do with those powers.
And plus, DC has a good track record of giving the Marvel fans the characters and stories that they want when Marvel's not giving it to them. Remember when the Terrifics were to stand in for the Fantastic Four?
Yeah,
They had their own version of Hulk and Spider-Man. I just forgot blanking on their names right now.
some damage and
Um,
sideways.
those are the ones. Yes, Damage and Sideways, well received books. I recall back during their day.
Damage
So.
and stuff was when they first showed up, and then they immediately you can tell the writers didn't know what the fuck to do with these characters.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
I think the problem is that I'm looking at all of DC's black characters. I do see, like, compared to Marvel, a lot of these niggas aren't like big names. Like,
No. That's
Yeah,
basically
that's
what I
so
was
like,
thinking.
I
I'm
do
like,
get
yeah.
that.
being against trying to push them. Okay, definitely going to be an uphill climb. But I do think
Mhm.
with still Mr. Terrific, who did just show up in Superman, could probably
Yeah,
do a book.
I
But
will
Mr.
say,
that one.
Terrific family is like a very popular from what I saw. Like him and Batman are a very good deal.
I will
For
say,
book.
also would
Mhm.
be more hesitant if I was an editorial and I did all this, and then like nobody read the book. Like if you
So yeah,
did, yeah.
that's why
That's
I
one
would
thing.
do. I would give it a try at least.
Yeah, that's one thing I also want to bring up because, like, part of this list of demands that this group is making is that one of it includes, okay, these books have to have a clause where they will not be canceled at least until issue like 18 or 24,
To
regardless
be
of
fair,
sales. I'm like,
to be
what?
fair, I do understand that because there's been a lot of times where even like we're talking about Wanda and stuff, where her book
Yeah.
sales would drop by 90% after issue 2, and she still
Mhm.
gets issues. I do
Yeah,
I do think you should at least let a writer get out their full idea before you drop it. So I will say 10 issues, not 20. 20 is insane.
yeah.
Okay,
But to be fair, but to be
but I do
fair with
think you
Scarlet
have
Witch
a full
situation,
story arc before the book ends.
yeah. But to be fair with the Scarlet Witch situation, they literally gave her the Captain Marvel treatment by giving her a #1 every 5 issues, basically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
you're acknowledging that this character is failing. And unlike a
Hmm.
black character like Luke Cage and stuff, who is possible to sell a book, he's done it before. He's just iron fist and everything. If
Hmm.
his book fails because you put out at the wrong time or you're not advertising it,
Hmm.
why did he have to wait 15 years? But Wanda can get books in 3 years despite failing.
Hmm.
Wait.
Okay, that's a fair point to make.
I do
So,
think you need a consistent lineup. If a comic goes under this, we cancel it. And then
yeah,
just make it feel like, it make you feel like you're playing favorites when you do it like that.
yeah.
But if I
Uh,
had to
uh,
give him a book, I probably would just do either Don Stewart, like I
okay.
said, Bumby and her husband could do a cool Edmund and Walsh type thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Cyborg carry a book. I'll be
No,
honest with
Yeah.
you
Okay.
said that name. I was
you.
like,
This
listen, I'm
is
not
a
gonna be that
team
guy.
hero. This is a team hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black
Some
Knight
people
can
just
probably
can't do
still
it.
some people
do a
argue he's on the wrong team.
Yeah.
yeah. Black Lightning could probably do it. Mr. Terrific could probably do it. You can get bring back the Terrifics themselves. That will be a Black Lit book.
Yeah. Just
Uh,
bring that. Just make it
other than
the
that,
Fantastic
I'll
Four
do
book.
Steel, and that's about it.
Mhm. Gotcha. And I'm sure Jake will hold the gloves back on.
When I'm
Yeah.
looking at this, I'm comparing to Marvel Black characters. I'm like, wow, they might be right. They call DC discriminating comics. This is hat.
Gotcha.
Like,
I guess like DC's like, hmm, okay, look, if I want to look at like which ones could logically make like an ongoing series out of, because like at least with like Marvel, there are some notable characters that can have longevity to them. Like I know they tried making Sam a thing as Captain America. They definitely tried going with Black Panther, of course. I'm trying to think of what else. What else did they have? Just can't think of any at the moment,
so
though.
Marvel's top Black characters. We have Black Panther, Luke
Yeah.
Cage, Blade, Storm, Sam, Miles, I'm not counting Nick Fury. Get him on this list.
Yeah, definitely.
Bishop,
Well,
Michael Rambeu, the Night Thrasher, who was big back in the day. You have Cloak and Cloak and Dagger, who haven't had a book in a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
Bishop
people would.
had, sorry.
Bishop had the book now, to be fair.
Sorry, no, I was mentioning. I was thinking of Miles. Yeah, well, Miles is getting a book right now. Storm, I know.
Bishop's getting a book now, so Marvel is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's a lot of lesser known people, but I think just the quality of Marvel's big three, or like the big five, really, it's just so much more DCs that it feels very uneven.
Yeah. So,
like, I don't know War Machine because he usually doesn't get some outside of Batman. But if you say, oh, pick your top black heroes, Blade, Black Panther, and Storm probably gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Before any person.
No, Blade had his own event about himself.
Yeah, but a lot of them also had like movies. A lot of them also had movies and spotlights and like the media to shine, like for like the kids who grew up. So like, so DC would probably need to.
The live action is an animated film that came out and people didn't watch it.
Yeah, DC would need to work from the ground up, I feel, to really make them household names and hit it out the park like every time. I mean, Static Shock could probably just be safe to do it, but I don't know. Everybody else probably got to do some work.
This is why I was complaining about. I know Wish disagreed when we talked about this, but this is why I was complaining about race swapping, even like white to black, because you have black heroes who won't get better because you won't put them in anything because you're ready to just race swap a white person to be black. If you want to race swap a white hero to a black hero, just put in an actual black hero.
People wouldn't care about Cyborg if it wasn't for Teen Titans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just give them their own name. They don't have to be the checkbox version of the established hero, So,
like, say if you want, I talk shit about Blade in comics, but when they needed someone to bring some up, they made sure you remember Blade was around. The Blade would be the person to randomly do it, like good or bad. He was always around, even if he wasn't in his own books. I can't tell you anything about Bumblebee in the last 20 years. But she's done 50 times, I don't think she does anything.
But I will say the only reason people know her is because she was in Teen Titans.
That's what I'm saying. So what you should do is, instead of doing that, just find a way to put more black heroes. Even if you do it as side thing. I know people hate you're making the black dude a side, the black sidekick trope. But that's how you get these characters on. I just named out like 10 people, and the only 3 are like real actual Marvel people. You just want to do the Green Lantern thing, you're doing John Stewart, people will watch that. Because it's 2 different brands. You have the John Stewart, who people already like from the Justice League cartoon, and you have Green Lantern, which is a brand big enough to sell no matter who you put in charge of it. Bumblebee and the rest of them don't have that. Okay? Black Panther had a successful TV show, so you can probably get away with doing a miniseries from him that does well.
But what does it say that James Gunn doesn't make a Bumblebee show, huh?
Just saying, audience. Bumblebee was the best superhero on Teen Titans Go when she was on the team.
Man, no one watched Teen Titans Go. You gotta let that shit go, bro.
Because she was the best superhero, Jake, because she was the only one taking the job seriously, Jake.
That's okay, but no one watched that show, bro. That's why she's not popular now.
Well, they're still making new black heroes.
Oh, Austin, did we lose Austin? Oh no, we gotta message him.
I'm over here.
Yeah, he never left.
It sounded like you blacked out, but Austin.
Hey, I see you, brother. I see you, brother.
Not fair, man. That's not fair.
You know what I meant. Okay.
Like, say what you want about a lot of stuff. Marvel is still making new black heroes too. Like, a lot of new younger X-Men have been. While they have been black agents, they've been all that stuff. With DC, I can guarantee you, no one can name the last black character they made. That wasn't because the last one was the black lady that's in Green Lantern, and that was over 10 years ago.
What about Duke Thomas?
That was like 6 years ago.
No, I don't know.
Austin, when you mentioned that Marvel's making new black heroes, I'm just shaking my head because we had a whole discussion about last week, audience, of X-Men United, with that new black super soldier that
I
Eve
didn't mean
Ewing
that.
is
I didn't mean that. But sure, that sounds.
Oh my god. Yeah, go
Uh,
watch it and go watch an audience. Go watch that review audience and take a guess of what story Eve Ewing decided to give this new character who was from the past in World War II, all the way, and what his story was from then up to now. Yeah, take a wild guess what
you know,
his story. So yeah.
so I
Okay.
get the thing behind this. A lot of people tried to make this grow to be like, oh yeah, you should also get more black people to like write these characters. I'm like, no. As a
No.
Black Panther fan, so the moment I
Well,
promise you, I'm a Black Panther fan. The moment black people start writing that book, it fucked over Black Panther, like in the most biblical way possible.
oh
The
yeah, they have.
two bad runs of Black Panther are modern day runs by black people. Because all they did was, oh well, he's black and I'm black, so I'm gonna put what happened to me on him, not understanding that because of his college position and character, it does not work. You can't
My
have
neg-
the hood
the
in
neg-
Wakanda.
the negative experience of the
Yeah.
writer's life and put it on a king. Like that,
The point
you
of
don't have
Wakanda
that
is to
experience.
be like, this is what we could achieve, what we could have been. You don't make it
Mhm.
what we are now. That ruins what Black Panther is and what he
That's
stands
why
for.
that's why Black Panther 1 made the villain have to go through that and
Yeah,
not Black Panther
Yeah.
himself.
exactly.
Yep.
So I get the sentiment trying to get more black actors and artists, writers and artists paid. I don't think
Yeah.
we should go back to, oh, because they're black, they can only write these black books. They can only, or
That
being like,
does
oh, you're not black, you can't write this character because
that
it does
doesn't
not.
necessarily yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that the book will be great. Like I would say, like if you're going to write one of these characters, right? I first want to hear that you had a good pitch, not because
Yeah,
like, oh, this character needs to be have their own book to fill out a checkbox quota. You know?
that's also
I,
that too. Uh,
mhm,
I agree with that as well. 'Cause that's the main thing
mhm,
I was bringing up earlier with Stephanie Williams. If
yeah,
she has a great pitch for Vixen and she's clearly a proven writer, I would say just go for it. And if it fails, it
mhm,
fails.
yeah.
But
Correct,
if you're
correct me
like,
if I'm wrong.
but if you're not
Oh,
getting pitched for a character, I think that's fine to not write them. But if you're getting
mhm,
pitches constantly for these characters, or people ask you, "Can I put Vixen or someone in this book?" and you're saying no, what is that?
mhm.
Because most of the writers said they asked for certain black characters to be in their books, and they were told no.
No. Oh,
Like
didn't know
why?
about that part. Didn't know about that part.
After
So.
Mr. Rick was in Superman, two dudes wanted this guy in their book,
Mhm.
and they said they were turned down for some reason.
Oh, wonder why.
And then like that when Stephen Williams came out and said, "Oh, I had a pitch for Vixen and other stuff," and we're trying to get these certain people to show up in other books I was doing by DC, like the Batman versus Batman/Superman one, and she was being told no.
I would like to know what that pitch was, though. To be honest, I
I,
think
I
that,
do
that
what
needs
she
to be-
told us. Yeah, I do what she told us.
yeah.
Because to be fair, that pitch
Because
could have been a terrible thing we heard of all time. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Their pitching did that. But
I think there was one writer that came out years later about like a pitch they want DC wanted to put on them for Cyborg, one of which that included Cyborg having tattoos, which is why the writer refused to write that. Um,
that's also my problem too. Apparently that's a big thing cryptid.
yeah.
Where they will that's why I was saying what Stephanie Williams writing. When they give
Mhm.
her a character to do, she usually don't do as well as when she gives gives you to what she wants to do with a character. And
Right,
apparently
right.
with Cyclops and not Cyclops, damn, Cyborg and a lot of other black characters, they do
Mhm.
immediately go with the standard black stuff they try to put in
Yeah.
that book.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with, I don't know if people remember Aqualad before they changed them last time. Felt like a
Yeah.
whole different to the black Aqualad we have now. Before
Because
he
they
was
want,
like, he had to be black, but now he's just black Aqualad.
and from what I'm understanding, like they wanted to emphasize Aqualad's utter checkbox status from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Do a character, make the character first, and then you can figure the other stuff out. I don't
Yep.
care if I like and y'all like to bring it up. Y'all like to emphasize this. I do not care that Miles is black. I care about Miles' character. He just happened to be
Mhm.
black, and then that have impact on some of his situations. That's
We got
fine.
We got to make this character Iron Man. We got to make him relatable to the average white male. Let's have him have a blue collar job behind a computer screen, wearing 3-piece suits in the 60s.
Make him relatable to the younger demographic that's into anime. So let's give him an
Yeah,
energy
all
sword.
of his suits are anime related.
Yeah.
I don't think this boycott is going to be as successful as they want. They're clearly.
I don't
These
think
days
they're
not-
asking for it the right way. I
No.
think if they want black characters tomorrow, that's not going to work. I don't think. I doubt it.
They're not asking for it tomorrow. To be fair,
Audience,
who can consider and try. We're not asking you to immediately just put out a book. We clearly want something planned out.
Audience, look, we gotta get one thing straight. When it comes to making a book, those actually take months in advance.
I don't even say that. I guess my thing is I'm saying if you want this character to be successful, I say the best groundwork is to make them a show first. I don't think you just jump to comics for success. I mean, you could do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe it works. I'm just saying, it's just
Audience, raise your hands if you all remember Mosaic.
I vaguely did. It took me a minute.
Raise your hands. Come on.
It took me a minute, and I don't even know much about him.
Okay. Oh man, that was that big Inhuman Marvel hyped up. The basketball player whose Inhuman power was I can possess people's bodies.
You just dead man.
They gave him his first issue and they made sure it was a $5 issue. Audience, that character went nowhere.
Now, try to get people into a new character and have them pay the maximum price. That's ridiculous. I'm not buying a $5 book.
You really don't know anything about this character, man. Come on.
If it does work, obviously we're not going to see the proof of it working until September, October.
Yeah.
If it's a thought out idea they have for a character. Because to be fair, they could put out some bullshit. Go ahead. Remember that picture?
I'm just saying,
20 years? I'll give you 2 years. Let's go ahead and try to figure something out.
I'm just saying, I would really like to see them try and actually put a megastar talent on one of these characters. But knowing the landscape as it is right now, their primary objective is to make sure somebody of that community will be writing these characters as opposed to writing a good story.
I'm glad you brought it up because that's the excuse they use for every hero. Every hero of the Teen Titans had got a solo book and a solo novel. You know that?
I didn't know that. But
I forgot the lady's name, but it's an Asian writer. No, it's a Hispanic writer and a white writer. They teamed up and did a book for every Titan except for Cyborg.
Oh, jeez.
They saved that for last and then waited until they put out the Beast book and say, "Oh, we're not doing Cyborg." And we were waiting for a black writer to want to do it.
Oh boy!
But we don't have any problems with you, Hispanic, and a white person writing Damian Wayne Robin with him in the night. So don't need a great race when it comes to the black person, but when Damian and all these other people get their books, it's fine. They cannot be race.
Just want to say this, audience, I know Zatanna currently has a book that was originally a miniseries, but went on to become an ongoing book. It's pretty good, and the writer who's writing Zatanna is a black guy.
When are we gonna get a comic where Nightwing listens to Drake, bro? What's going on with that, bro?
Bro, I'll probably come right now. No. Nightwing is in tune with the culture. He's not black, but he's with us, right? He's the epitome that me want to do. We're all African Americans plus dick. I'm rocking with dick. That's literally the same thing. He's not listening. He listens to Kendrick. I'm saying best.
I'm saying so. What the Bat Family is not all in tune though. I'm sure Barbara listens to probably Cardi B though, but she doesn't know how to sing it.
Damian Wayne listens to Drake. He tried to hide it from people.
I feel like Barbara listens to Cardi B, but she tries to avoid all the bad words.
But if this works, it's going to take a long time to affect. I hope, like Jake said, I do hope people aren't just expecting an immediate result because it's not going to happen. Unless you want some real, just pure bullshit. Okay, that's what it's going to be. If they really want something for black characters, they should bring more black characters to these films as side characters and stuff. And then if they do well, you can push them into other stuff. Made Terrific, as much as I didn't like their version of them, people love to miss Superman. So that means you can do the Mr. Terrific TV show like they wanted to. And people will go.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do a comic right now, it probably will be hot, one way or another.
Yeah. Use this as an opportunity to expand the characters that are safe bets for getting ongoing series. Don't waste this opportunity on like someone like a Signal, because let's all be honest, no one's going to want to see a Signal
Don't
get an
try to give
ongoing.
Ron Tiger issue number one. Okay, I'm not
He
reading
is,
Tiger.
he is a prominent character in Wayne Family Adventures. Okay,
He's a prominent teacher, or a mentor teacher. He is not a prominent main character. If you want a mentor, you got a character to fight. Ron Tiger's that guy. But I'm not following.
Remember when Signal came out and they're like, yeah, he's gonna be something new.
He was just with yellow outfit on, bro.
I know he was they didn't want to make him a Robin, so they wanted to give him his official own.
Gonna do him something different, and he's gonna join the Bat Army that could not stop Gotham's crime rate for shit for some reason.
Jake, keep this in mind. The Signal only operates during the daytime.
Yes, so we have a daytime hero, so Bruce can take a break. There really is enough Robins for Batman to take like a month off of being Batman and still be.
There's enough family in general. This is our last topic.
Oh no, we have the J. Michael Strazinsky topic.
No, that won't take long. But we can't. That won't take long. I'm gonna say this: if you think of the Bat family, I'm gonna name every member I can name off the top of my head right now, and I want you to understand they can't stop a city that at most have 5 active villains at a time.
No,
okay. Batman, Nightwing, Red Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl as in Barbara, the Black Bat as in Cassandra Cage, Batwoman, Thomas, the Signal, where the fuck it was, Damian Wayne, Harley Quinn for some fucking reason. We're getting a new Alfred soon, who could also apparently fight, and it's apparently Alfred's final gift to Batman. That only took 8 years to show up.
I gave you a woman you could fuck, Bruce. You're welcome.
Wait. I want you to know what we just said to you. All the people we just named are not even the full list.
That's just the core cast.
That's the most people gift off a city where only 5 villains be active at the same time.
We also have Batwing. We have the We Are Robin organization, which is still active apparently.
Austin, no joking. When you mentioned that Batman was going to get his new version of Alfred, all I'm thinking of, are they going to make him Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No, it's a young blonde woman. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alfred said, "My final gift to you is this young blonde woman that will cater to your every needs and can also defend you when you're injured."
Did you see a picture of we talked about this on the show?
I didn't see that. Oh, okay, but wait, now I'm like thinking, okay, this is going to lead up to maybe some. Okay, you have this young blonde woman who's going to be working for this rich billionaire in his house alone by herself.
Leverage for Batman, or she gonna leverage for Wonder Woman.
Also, you didn't say this. Catwoman is technically a part of the Bat family.
I don't know what I'm saying. I just wanted to save her. But there's still like 7 more people. Did I Azrael and more who technically still full count?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking ridiculous. Too many people in the city to not have anything done.
Right. But Poison Ivy is the mayor right now.
Isn't most of these people in the Bat family rich on their own?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
They have enough money to change the institution of Gotham tomorrow.
I find that weird that everybody puts it on Batman. Like, why don't you use your money to like help the city of Gotham? Okay, why don't you ask Tim Drake that?
Also,
why don't you ask Nightwing that?
Also, Gordon is in the family. He's not.
Wait. To be fair to Nightwing, he does use his money for his city, Bloodhaven.
Gordon is in the family. Even he wore a bat costume. He's in the family. All right, he gets to be.
He wore a Batman robot suit.
Right. He gets to be
funny bony robot ears, Jake. Come on.
Yes. Clayface is also in the Bat family.
I'll get the peep out there of that.
Cribbit. For a while in comedy. It's a real thing. Him and Cassandra Cage it's a real thing.
I know they're in DC Rebirth, but come on, like
he's in the family, bro. He's in the family. Yeah. All right.
Villain. Okay, in that case, Penguin should be in the Bat family too because he's more for the Bat family.
Well, he flip flops.
Yeah. I know talk about it. DC just start hiring villains for the Justice League.
Yes, because there's I forgot, some Batman says something about, there's like an event where we're gonna have to team up with our villains, so let's just put them on the Justice League. I'm like, why not just team up with them when you need them? Like, why would you do that?
Why would you give exclusive access to your fucking watch?
Right?
You
What
fucking
the
retard.
fuck are you talking about?
Wait, would Two-Face be considered a Bat family since he was Batman for a time?
No, that was long ago. He lost some years.
It's a in-betweener where he flips the order. He does it. Want to kill you.
Now, to be fair, Riddler is more in the Bat family than Two-Face, though, because he actually does help Batman
Jesus
sometimes.
Christ.
He does help Batman sometimes, so yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, so put all the roles.
In the Bat family.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen a superhero property that had a lot of its major rogues villains as part of the family now.
Technically, Joker is in the Bat family. He does know the family.
Geez.
He does know the family, okay?
Oh, geez.
And he does love Batman. Like, he would never, like, kill Batman unless he was killing himself. So, like, you know, he just doesn't like the other people. He's the jealous ex, okay?
Audience. I grew up in the generations where villains are supposed to be villains, not part of the cookout of the superheroes.
That last part with Joker, I'm being a little bit disingenuous with Joker. My point is, for the hero who can take over the multiverse if he just snaps one day, it's just a bit weird to me. He doesn't put those resources into fixing Gotham in a night with everything he got.
Ask Tim Drake.
I don't want to claim damn.
Ask Tim Drake to do it since he's rich, Jake. All right.
Like, for Batman to be so obsessed with, I gotta be Batman every night. I can't miss a night of being Batman, bro. There's enough. Just take a break, bro. Like, don't even have to be Batman anymore. You can focus. He can retire and focus all his efforts on fixing Gotham systemically.
Or whatever the fuck her name is, the Huntress, who's also in the Bat family.
Yes.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And that means her boyfriend, husband, dude, Mr. Request, is probably in the Bat family.
He doesn't show up.
He doesn't show up. I probably if she gets shot, he's gonna show up with no face and everything.
What was that troll? What was that troll Batman used to have as a sidekick?
Oh yeah, we have the Batmite, which is a part of the Bat family.
Oh, not him, but yeah, him too. But there's this one period where Batman had like this troll that lived in the Batcave or something. It's not a troll, it was something. It was some midget guy. I have to find it. It's from way back when.
Final topic, bro. This dude lost his mind.
Okay, yeah. We diverged, audience.
Anyway, the Blackout idea behind the Blackout is good intentions, but you probably went about the wrong way, and some of the demands are a little bit too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Just ask for them to give more black characters an honest try. And if they fail, don't immediately, at least try once a year, at least or something. You know what I mean? If something fails, don't immediately just throw them away. If any other character, if you have an agenda behind them, can get non-stop books. A black person get a book every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. So I'll give them a chance. Just give them a chance. But, all right, then. I guess with that, let's move on to the last topic of the night, audience. So, go ahead. You want to talk about this guy?
Michael Strazinsky is not invited to Amazing Spider-Man 1000. And this is, people bring up Rob Liefeld. Also, Rob Liefeld spoke out against that protest, by the way, the Blackout thing. And he called them asking for black books. And I'm like, wasn't you the main person who protested against Marvel, DC, and left a few years ago?
The pod calling people black, audience.
But Rob Liefeld did it. That's different.
But unlike them, Michael Strazinsky is probably one of the last writers alive who people have mostly goodwill as a Spider-Man writer.
Okay.
Every other writer who's alive had a good Spider-Man run and a bad Spider-Man run at best.
Yeah.
But every Spider-Man run this man did, including the last one he did, was outdoing the main book called Spider-Man Torn.
Okay.
Bet you didn't know that.
All right. I didn't know that.
But that was last year. So finding out that two people who never wrote a comic book in their life is going to be on Spider-Man 1000 and he's not, I'll probably be offended in a way too. Never wrote a comic book get to make their debut to Marvel Comics in Spider-Man 1000.
Wow, they won a lottery with that, I guess. But now,
and
before you mentioned,
you realize that. Wait, I want to say one thing. The main writer of this book is Brian Michael Bendis, who best worked with Ultimate Spider-Man, not mainline Spider-Man. And this makes the third 1,000 issue he wrote for. He wrote for Superman, and he wrote for Batman.
That has to be on his contract or something, man. He has to turn with somebody to get that sort of deal. So yeah. But with regards to J. Michael Strazinsky, like, look, I personally haven't been reading his recent Batman works, but I have been reading his like recent Captain America works, or books that involve him. Not as big as I remembered from like his iconic moment with Cap in with Spider-Man Civil War. So I just kind of saw J. Michael Straczynski as like someone who was outside his prime at the moment,
To be
But again,
fair, no. To be fair, that's the only bad, quote unquote, bad book he did in the last one. Torn was amazing, and the book before the Captain America one was great too. It really felt like he wrote America because they said, "Oh, you can do your Thor book that you wanted to finish."
Well, no, not just that, but there was also 1776.
Oh, I know he wrote that.
Yeah, he wrote that. There were
definitely. I don't know what was the idea behind this book. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, well, it gave good varying covers, audience, but let's just say there were a lot of missed opportunities with 1776. It could have been tuned up better, is what I'm saying, and that's just personally my last experience when I read a J. Michael Straczynski book.
No, I would argue if you're saying his last two books aren't that great, I would still argue that doesn't mean you exclude him from Spider-Man 1000 when you have two writers who never even wrote a Marvel comic doing a book in it.
Gotcha. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard to put him for like a short story. I could see that,
short story at the very least would have been fine.
Yeah. So
I'm about to look at main Spider-Man 1000 writers. I want to see who all is in here.
How many people are on
Joe
this?
Kelly, who people don't like currently.
Okay.
Obviously, he had to be here. Frank Miller's getting the book run. That's not that bad. Who is Stewart and Monin? I don't know who that is.
I don't know that person either.
Momoko is doing the source for some reason. Dead Slot will be in this book no matter what happens. J.M. the Matisse.
Okay.
Clemson and Marco Martin. But the last two are the brand new writers. Oh, and making his Marvel Comics debut, screenwriter Noah Awley. And Jake, this is the guy who wrote the screenwriter for Alien Earth that we watched. That was just okay.
I thought that show was okay if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was not a great show, but it was okay for what they're trying to do. Yeah. So I'm probably at least 4 writers here with him. I think the only other person here who's, other than the current writer who Joe Kelly for obvious reasons, who has to be here would be Dan Slott. For good or bad, he did write Spider-Man the longest out of any writer. So he should be here. I'll probably keep Brian Michael Bendis just because that's who he is. Yeah. I'll probably replace Momoko, to be honest, as a writer. And you keep her as the artist for or give her a short story.
Okay.
I'd like to. I get his complaint when I look at the list of writers you chose, but some of these people don't even have actual history with Spider-Man or well-liked history with Spider-Man, and he chose them over the person that people have been preferring to write Spider-Man the last 10 years.
I would like to know what was like in the boardroom meeting. Like, did Marvel editorial go to these writers to be picked to be writing for this issue, or did these writers all want to get a chance and write this issue? They volunteered.
Based on what I can see, we can guarantee they went to Noah Hawley, where this dude name is, because no reason you telling me a screenwriter came to them and said, "I want to do a Marvel's comic. I want to be on the Spider-Man 1000 issue," and he said yes.
Wow.
There's no right behind this dude for you to try to justify him putting him on this issue of all things.
I gotta say, they have a lot. These stories have to have a lot to prove as to why did Marvel felt the need to give them a chance to write these stories.
And the Dan Slott, I did see a lot of people like, why is Dan Slott on here? Same to one about his book. The last celebration issue, which was 750. He's the one who did the story about Old Man Peter and MJ in that story. Yeah. Or 1 or 2. When it comes to the short story farming stuff, Dan Slott does really good work. Even he still runs with the premise of Spider-Man is Peter Parker's worst enemy. He's shown, even if you don't like his long-term stuff, his short-term stuff is still really good.
Right.
It's just one of those things. I can see this guy specifically being disappointed. When the OG writes for Spider-Man, a lot of the stuff that he wrote is still being in effect today in Marvel Comics. He wrote Spider-Man Torn last year that they invited him on to save Spider-Man Comics. Because the sales were going down for the main book, and he did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Get the 1,000 issue, and he's not here.
Yeah, okay, I could kind of see how that will rub someone the wrong way then. So
his comment, he didn't say he was
like
he was mad or anything. He was just shocked they didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
He would look like fuck Marvel for not doing it. People said, "Oh, why weren't you in 1,000?" He said, "I'm just like you. I was shocked when they didn't ask me either." So it's just what it is.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
But
did you see? Oh yeah, Chris, did you see the cover for 1,000? You saw how ugly that cover is.
I didn't see it, man.
I need you to post it. Jake, I need you to post it.
I'm not by my computer.
Audience, to be honest, I'm not even going to bother buying this book because I know with celebrations like this, they're going to jack up the price at least $6 or $7. You know, so I don't know if there's anybody here that's going to be making me say like, oh my god, I know they're going to write a really great Spider-Man issue, but it'll depend on the reviews. To be honest, at the end of the day, if I see some good stuff out of this, I'll be tempted enough to buy it. But if it's mediocre, okay, I'm seeing that cover, Austin. Spider-Man's like giving the pose, like, "What's the matter with you?"
It's an ugly pose. It's a terrible 1,000 cover. Yeah. He's doing a shrug with his legs tucked in mid-swing. It's like, what's happening?
What's the matter with you is what I'm imagining him saying, you know?
This is the worst 1,000. This is the worst celebration cover from Spider-Man I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Austin, it's almost like they want you to buy other comics with a different cover on it, you know? You ever think of it that way?
And to be fair, we did talk about that too before, where it felt like they were making main covers ugly to vary itself. But
yeah,
Cryptid, I think the biggest problem with Spider-Man 1,000, so you're not bringing him back, which would have been a plus for a lot of people. But the big thing you're teasing is another villain from Spider-Man's past. We've done 2,000 times. And then it's also like the other part of, oh, this guy who likes Uncle Ben might be related to Spider-Man. Well, who he's related to? Nigga, he looks like Uncle Ben.
Oh, God.
At worst, you're going to say Uncle Ben cheated on Aunt May. Or worse, he had a kid and didn't know about it. Either way, it's not a great story for a 1,000 issue. The only thing that would have made 1,000 issues of Spider-Man feel worth it would have been undoing the marriage. Something clearly was never going to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing else big in Spider-Man's career you could have undid or did that would have made this issue feel like a big deal.
Yeah. Oh my god, just think of all the ways that could go wrong with that new guy that looks like Uncle Ben, man. All the ways.
And you tell me, we have a new person that looks like Uncle Ben and relate to Peter, and we have a new villain connected to Peter's past? Isn't that the same nigga?
Yeah.
Everything you said about the story, it seems terrible. And then you've got Joe Kelly, who was like the most middle ground writer for Spider-Man I've ever seen in my life. Some issues are good, some issues are terrible. And then you had the terrible Spider-Man Venom event that just happened. That made people hate Joe Kelly again. So there's no hype going to this issue. There's nothing that issue can do that can win fans over. I kind of want them to kill. If they want to win me over, they'll kill Peter off in this book.
Oh, damn.
If they kill Peter off, Miles be the main Spider-Man for a while, and then they wait and let us actually miss Peter, and then come back with something, I think people will be on board with Peter's character.
Yeah, they can't do that because Brand New Day is next month.
Exactly, that's my problem. We can't even do that. There's nothing issue 1,000 can do that can be absolutely very well done by the writers you have.
Audience, it won't be the first time Marvel decides to celebrate a milestone issue with a character by killing them all. Just saying, you know. So,
R.I.P. Iron Fist. Like, you're back now, but still.
Yeah. But we'll see what it is, audience. You know, the proof is in the.
This guy like Jake. Why did you like the KFC dude?
Oh, because I drew him. Because I made him. I made him in my.
Like you get him a full head of hair, bro. That's the KFC guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's finger looking good.
Spider-Man Thomas, they're looking good.
Yep. Anyway, audience. Well, I mean, any final thoughts on this awesome before we end the night?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how you save this franchise, man.
You fix the marriage, and that will get enough people to read it.
I really just think because the sales have went down, people have stopped buying Spider-Man as much as they did. You have to keep going down. So Marvel's like, damn, we got to fix this shit.
We have to get MJ and Peter back together. That's the only thing that will get people to read the book.
No, even then, they've been trying to make people hate MJ, and it worked. Like people do not like this lady anymore. Especially after the last issue of Venom, where after all the gaslighting and bullshit she pulled, she still finds a way to make herself the victim in the whole situation.
The thing is, you can't start Peter over with a new relationship. People are just gonna be like, I don't care. You try it with Black Cat, you didn't commit. If you at least put the shock value of, you know what, we give up, you win. MJ and Peter, that will get
I do think if they commit to a new person, and she's not like Gwen Stacy and MJ, I think it can work if they commit to it. Like you said, probably they won't commit to Black Cat and these other relationships. They just won't commit.
Well, with Black Cat, that's immediate.
And said, "Fuck it, we're doing Michelle Jones for the films." I guarantee you.
Yeah, it would have to be because it can't be a random new girl. No one's gonna give a shit. Like even if it would take a long time for people.
I think you pull an Ultimate Universe to give him a girlfriend with superpowers.
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
It would depend.
A girlfriend that he can be with, but don't have to worry about all the time.
It would have to be someone. It would have to be someone established. I don't think you could just bring a new girl in and Peter's life. People will care.
You know, it's funny you guys should mention this about like MJ being a foil for Peter's relationship life, because I'm following like this other channel right now, right? It makes like shipping sort of content videos, right? They've been doing a lot of videos on Spider-Man and Kate Bishop, like right around the same age and that stuff. And in their latest video, when they had a nice tender moment when they were about to embrace, who calls Peter in his cell phone? Mary Jane.
Like, there you go.
Oh God.
The soap opera continues.
Even in a fan fiction, Mary Jane continues to be a foil in Peter's love life. Wow.
I mean, like I said, it'll be easier just to fix MJ than it would be to start him over. Unless you could do Black Cat. I guess Black Cat's not too damaged, but people, I wouldn't have faith in it. They don't commit to it.
Either that, or you have to go back to the old days and do Betty Brant and someone else that's already established. Their relationship with Peter is already at a interesting point. And she's different enough from those two that she provides something new to the relationship that we haven't already seen.
Oh, we'd have to see.
Doesn't he have a yellow alien chick that he's hooking up with now?
Yeah, but no one gives a shit. That's what I'm saying. No one cares.
No. To be fair, people don't care because he's doing that. But he also has Shay, and they're all in this weird open relationship situation. That's why people don't care, because they're not committing to the relationship.
Right.
Peter's dating Shay, but Shay and him aren't, because of who Peter is and how he acts. She doesn't want to commit to relationships. She said, let's make it open. But she can go do what she wants with other people, and they're still together. So he can go do what he wants with other people, and they're still together. It's stupid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was it. Like, the alien chick, Raw Leaf, if you read Spider-Man books, she's a fun girlfriend, but she doesn't want to be a girlfriend. That's the thing. Her and Peter both know, we start this in space. I'm probably not going to stay on Earth for obvious reasons. Earth kind of sucks in Marvel to a degree. So I'm probably going to go back to space at the end of this. And the writer after me is probably not going to commit to an alien girl from Peter Parker anyway.
So basically, they're on booty call standards.
Okay. Basically, yeah.
Okay.
It's really annoying to have this going on and then have the whole MJ situation go on at the same time. You have to pick a struggle. You can't have 4 different struggles.
You would just it would be easier to fix MJ than it would be to do like a new girlfriend, or you just do Blackout. Like I said, those are the only two I would see. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, by
I
the way,
feel like the new girlfriend will work if you commit to Peter improving his life and himself. But you want to have him in the same situation where he is now constantly, the only choice you will have is MJ. But she's the only person who realistically accept him as he is.
Yeah.
At the fuck up he is. She's been through all this. And they got married through all this. If Peter's not going to improve his life, the only person you can give him is MJ. He's the only person going to accept this bullshit.
The person who last time we saw them together, audience, she goes on the speech, "You're my best friend, Peter." Like,
they dug themselves in a hole, and now they're surprised it's too.
I wish I wish I
we
knew
talked
your
about
pain,
the Paul
Sebia.
thing. When you said, "Oh, Paul only exists because we wanted to break Peter and MJ up," we knew you did not give a fuck about his character. And then everything you did while when Paul was around was just MJ shitting on Peter. And then when Paul finally dies, and people are like, "Finally," your main thing you say is, "Actually, Peter, even though you were going through a lot, and I was treating you like shit, it really is still your fault." You know, people at my job who you don't know and didn't see in the comic, they were calling me a slut because I was dating someone else. Who cares? I don't give a fuck.
Also Peter,
I don't know these people.
And also Peter.
Actually, Peter Paul is a very much like you. The guy who put a kill device on your arm is like Peter Parker.
Oh, and also Peter. Yeah, a lot of people forget that before a relationship, people were friends before, and you're my best friend, Peter.
That reminds me of some line I heard today where like a guy was saying, before I married my wife, she was like, "I want to date a guy just like you, but just not you." And that was being shit.
Yeah, that was the friend zone used to be, bro. I don't know how you broke through that.
Oh my god.
That means she probably ran out of all other options. I guess it has to be you then.
Mm-hmm.
That's the epitome of I like your personality. I'm not attracted to you at all. That's like that would be so insecure. But it's funny because we keep talking about this. I'll say this and then we can stop. But it really is putting Peter in the same situation of next place is Daredevil, where because the way you're writing it, you're only making it so he has this character, which would be Karen and MJ in the scene. Because you don't let anything else try to work, and when you do something else, you self-sabotage it.
Yeah.
Peter, I want to know if you watch Daredevil, if you read Daredevil comics and then watch the show, you will not know the chick that he works with right now, the black chick in the office, is his best girlfriend in the comics.
Yeah.
You would not know that because they're so committed to not killing Karen, but not knowing what to do when she's not dating Matt, that they won't let him do anything else.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Peter Parker.
You're telling me making her Punisher Jr. doesn't give her fans, J. Austin? Is that what you're telling me?
You're telling me making MJ a superhero and then making her Venom didn't get her fans? That's the same people. I'm telling you, it's the same thing.
Man, yeah.
I guess there were things that were interesting about MJ before he broke her up with Peter.
I buy MJ. I do pull a gun on Green Goblin. That's all I'm saying. They need Venom chemicals.
Yeah. But at least
and don't forget, Venom just made her a murderer too, and they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they wanted to bounce back between like, okay, who really killed that Death Spiral guy? Was it MJ or was it the symbiote?
The problem is it probably is MJ, but Venom basically said he didn't. When Peter talked, and when Peter and him talked, and he was like, and Peter was about to fuck him up. He was like, "Oh, I could have tried to grab him, but I didn't want to snap his neck like Gwen Stacy." And I was like, "You don't swing on this nigga and just be dumb to shit." So I'm telling you now, I don't give a fuck who's in Venom. If Venom said that shit to me, I'm gonna have to punch this nigga, and then when he turned back to Mary Jane, I'll punch him again.
Oh wow,
MJ, you've got to take that suit off.
You became a hero now. I can hit you. This is not domestic abuse. You're a superhero now.
Jake, you're advocating that a woman should take her suit off in public, Jake? Wow.
I'm advocating that she goes through the same trials and tribulations that I did when I wore the black suit.
You saw? They realized that people really does hate Venom MJ, and so they changed her outfit to try to hope that brings people in for when they restart her book for another #1.
Yeah. I don't think it was the suit that was the issue, but you know, I mean,
exactly.
It's
now she's hot she Venom, Jake. People love she Venom. They'll buy the variant covers.
Yeah, I just don't like MJ being she Venom though.
It's a teeth audience. You could give the Venom a supermodel type body, but it's just those dang teeth. People
like Melina.
Yeah, I like Melina.
Oh, fine. I forgot about her. Yeah.
I love Melina. I feel like we can make work. With Venom, I don't trust this nigga, okay?
That's two people you got to deal with.
Yeah. That's like two different characters. I don't trust this shit.
Yeah. Alright, audience. Ooh, we reached the 2-hour 40-minute mark. It's been a while since we did that. So,
we started ranting, but we had like 3 topics we started ranting on.
Yeah. But anyway, audience, thanks for joining us, and we need to get some sleep. So we're not like day walkers like Slade, So All right, audience, join us tomorrow when we talk about the comics. So we'll see you then. See ya.